HBCU Overdrive is proudly sponsored by WeWorkForEverything.org. At WeWorkForEverything.org, this is for those who are trying to build for a dream with their latest hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, and accessories and more. You can have it all here at a reasonable price. Black owned and operated out of the great state of New York. Like I said, get suited and booted. Check it out at WeWorkForEverything.org. Peace. The dynamic duo is back in the house tonight. What's good?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm here. I'm here. Yes, you good. You still at your convention, right?
Yeah, I am. It's our last night.
Oh, okay. And it
Yeah.
was in Vegas, right?
Huh?
It was in Vegas.
No. I'm in Gettysburg. I'm not in Vegas
Oh,
yet.
yeah. Heard. Oh,
hmm No, I was at a conference. It's like it's a bipartisan conference. I'll talk about it next week a lot more.
okay. What's going on, everybody? See, listen who we got up in here today. Listen who we got up in here. You know, as always, we got our cousin. This our big cousin right here, Chuck. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, checking in, checking in.
All the way from Monroe, Louisiana. Big Act. What's going on? One Main TV. What's up? What's up? We got Mario up in the building. What's good, family? Of course, we got the hater. We got the hater of the SWAC,
Crew. Adrian Crew.
Avis.
He is not the hater of the SWAC.
He's a A&T hater. Let's put it just like that. Yeah, A&T hater, but nah, he in the good church conversation. Yes, sir. Got Leonard up in here talking about he president accounted for. What's up?
He's president of the what?
He's president accounted for. Talking about what's up. Of course, we got Chris Goose up in here, Jackson State, all day, every day.
I love.
Yep. And then we got Jay White, Alabama A&M. You know what I'm saying? We don't discriminate on here.
Okay, we got the SWAC check tuning in tonight.
Yeah,
that means we got to put on the show.
Got to put on the show tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm gonna give a shout out to AD Paul Bryant and what he's doing over there at Alabama A&M with the dog houses. You know, getting the 5,500 season ticket allotment. You know, that's their goal right there. Y'all know, of course, we got a goal. Our goal is bigger than everybody. We see that everybody in. I'm still
okay. You said that A&M is trying to sell 5,500 season tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
I like it though. I like it. I really do like it. We got up in here. That's our this our cousin right here, Lauderdale, Big Lauderdale, coming in from Memphis.
Why his name Lauderdale? Like
his name.
Like Lauderdale, like Florida?
Yeah, that's his name. I didn't know, Big Lauderdale since like he was a freshman.
Valley checking in tonight.
Valley checking in tonight.
They trying to make sure we giving out we got to give out the correct information, or we gonna violate
I'm
You
not.
know, I'm SheLovesThee, so I can't be giving out the wrong information. You over here hitting me with the we're gonna talk about Valley's roster. Whoa, you told me that like 4 hours ago. How you just gonna drop that on me like that?
What?
That we're talking about Valley's roster.
Oh,
Mr. Walker.
that's Uncle Sid. Uncle Sid said he is at the King Hotel in downtown Jackson. Downtown that Jackson. We got Mama Bear MVSU up in here. Delta Devils checking in deep. That's what I'm talking about. They get the Draco. Got Joe Owens up in here. All the HBCUs are all eyes on you. It is on all of us, y'all. So we try to give y'all a show. And this is my favorite one, MVSU. I got time. You know what I'm talking about, man. It's good that everybody's up in here. So look, let's get let's get this thing started. Let's get this thing started. Let's get this thing started. So first on the deck, first thing up on tonight, and we're gonna get into that Swingman Classic. Now, I watched the whole game while I was live streaming with Ken and the crew last night. Uh, Ken couldn't see it because he got YouTube TV. Me and Zoe was watching it, and we was talking about football and everything. And what we saw, we had 4 representatives from Jackson State at the that represented at the classic. So now this is for prelude to All Star break. So baseball will be on break. I think tomorrow is the last game, and then they off Monday, and then so they got they have home run derby on Monday, and then Tuesday is the actual game. This was live in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
It was brought to you by Major League Baseball MLB Network. Harold Reynolds, excuse me, sometime Harold Reynolds was on the call last night, and a couple other guys that was on there. I really couldn't recognize the other two, but I know Harold Reynolds. I watched baseball so long, so much. But good crowd out there, good presentation. Um, got a chance to see King Griffey Jr. interact with everybody that was on in both dugouts. And and of course, if you watch baseball, if you're a baseball fan like me, King Griffey Jr. is Seattle. He is Seattle. He made the Mariners what they are now. So it was good to see that. So I think the American League won last night 4-3.
Who won?
The American League. So they basically had it split up just like if it was regular baseball, MLB baseball, American League versus National League.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't. They had both teams. It wasn't it wasn't to where like if you from one side like the MEAC and then the SWAC, everybody was playing together. So they kind of we had 4 representatives, so they split 2 of those. One was on the 2 was on the national team, and 2 was on the American team. It was a representative from Valley that was there, so shout out to Valley. I think his last name was Figueroa. Shout out to him. Grambling had a couple of representatives there. Bethune Cookman had, I think they had a big representation there. Also, you got Alabama State. You know what I'm saying? Who were
Where do they have a list of all the players
uh
that participated? Let me see. You can pull up that picture though. I had shared a picture.
okay? Is it
You see it?
on which one? I don't see it.
There it is, right there. That's a picture of the Swingman
Oh
Classic.
yeah. I just already put it on there. Um,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
what's
Okay,
good, bro?
let's see what I could look at. Oh, okay, I see the roster.
Yeah.
Let me pull up this roster for the inaugural HBCU Swingman Classic.
Mm-hmm.
And he says the reason Ken Griffey Jr. says the reason he spearheaded the inaugural HBCU Swingman Classic is simple. His dad gave back to baseball, and now it's his turn. He's a 13-time All-Star and Baseball Hall of Famer.
Yep.
And now he serves as a Youth Development Foundation ambassador for MLB and the MLB Players Association.
Yep.
So during All Star Week in July, his newest creation will take place. That's amazing. And I'm going to share with you. I think they said they're sharing the actual schools, but I don't know if they shared the names. Okay, yeah, they did share the names. So players were selected from Alabama A&M, Alabama State, Alcorn State University, UAPB, Bethune-Cookman, Coppin State, Delaware State, Florida A&M, Grambling State, Jackson State, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, Mississippi Valley State University, Norfolk State, North Carolina A&T, Prairie View A&M, Southern University, and Texas Southern University. Um, and I guess it was Coach Manuel versus Coach Porter.
Mm-hmm.
And centers were Mike Dorsian. That must be he's out of Coppin State University.
You said
And then,
catchers.
huh?
You said centers.
Center. Ain't that the position in baseball?
It's catchers. It's pitcher catcher. First base.
I do not watch baseball. The only time I watched
Oh.
baseball was basically the SWAC championship. Okay, so we got the catchers then.
Mhm.
Ty Hainchey
Yeah.
out of FAMU, Irvin Escobar. Now, I have noticed, and maybe it's just me, but a lot of baseball players from HBCUs are non-black.
Yeah. So most of them
I need to do a study on that. Huh?
so most of your players nowadays are going to be Latin descent. They're coming from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Venezuela is a big representation. Of course, Mexico.
Yeah, I'm going to do a show on because we need to talk about it, which there's nothing wrong with it. No, there is something wrong with it, but I would have to put context to why there's something wrong with it, which is some opportunities that are taken away from Black Americans and given away to immigrants.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, though.
If that makes sense. I mean, I'm not trying to say that these young men don't deserve to be on these teams, but it is something that needs to be discussed further.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real funky with you. Basically, what it is that back then it was easy for Black people to sign their kids up to play baseball. It was easy for us parents to sign up kids to play baseball. It didn't cost a lot. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that probably would cost money would be a bat and a glove. But now everything is so expensive. They have priced us out as far as African Americans, and it has taken over to Latinos. So we tend to go towards football and basketball instead of going to baseball. Like when you playing baseball, you're literally playing like almost close to 100 to 200 games in a year. Especially if you're playing select baseball, you're playing baseball for your like team baseball, and then if you go to like the Little League World Series, you playing baseball there. So like
Yeah, so I could definitely so because FAMU, I thought it was FAMU PWI on that baseball team. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. And that's no shade to FAMU. I might be throwing some shade, but I'm not. That's an observation. Um, this we know that there are enough African American men that are talented um, enough to fill those rosters. That's another story for another day. Let's congratulate these young men that even were able to be able to have a chance to represent on this stage. So we have the position catcher. So
Mm-hmm.
Mike Dorsian from Coppin State University and Ty Hanksy from FAMU. Another catcher was Irvin Escobar from is BCK. What's that?
Don't cook me.
Why they got it spelled like that? It's BCU.
They try to keep it. I guess they want to keep it simple.
All right. Gustavo Sanchez from Southern. Manny Jackson is that Norfolk State?
Yep.
Um, Gustavo Sanchez, uh, Jamal George from Alabama State University.
Mm-hmm.
Is that first baseman?
First baseman.
Don't get me to guessing.
I got you.
Keelan Mack is Grambling State University. Alexander Olivio is Texas Southern.
Mm-hmm.
O'Neal Burgos from Southern and Victor Figueroa from Mississippi State. No, that's supposed to be MVSU, ain't it?
Yeah, Mississippi Valley.
Why they got it like that too?
They did put it on there, so I don't even know. But so the next
that's midfield, ain't it?
Middle infield. So that's like your second baseman, shortstop. So you got move up. So you got Randy Flores, that's from Alabama State. You got Keanu Jacobs Bouchard from Grambling, Kyle Walker from Grambling, CJ Castillo from Texas Southern, Jalen Niles from FAMU, and Tommy Easley from Alabama A&M. Third baseman, Ty Hill from Jackson State, Cameron Buford from Grambling, and then your outfielders is Dalen Adderley from Texas Southern, Ali Lepre from Alabama State, Ian Matos from Alabama State, Jordan Hamburg from Coppin State, Highland Hall from Bethune-Cookman, Jatavius Melton from Jackson, Narvin Booker from Valley, Jalen Armstrong from Southern, Kyle Radcliffe from Southern, Camden Jackson from A&T, Noble Lawrence from Pine Bluff, Trevor Hatton from Grambling, and then you have your DH and your utility, Jan Michael Bastardo from FAMU, Trey Page from Delaware State. Keep going down.
Mm-hmm.
Go down. And then you got Corey King from Alabama State, Brantley Cutler from Eastern Shore. And these are all pitchers right here. Omar Melendez, Alabama State. Nolan Santos, Goodman, Nicholas Wilson, Southern. Jesse Caver, Jackson State. Rashad Ruff, Coppin State. Juan Gonzalez, Bethune-Cookman. Eric Gonzalez, Jackson State. Luis Rodriguez, Alabama State. Michael Dews, Prairie View. Ricardo Rivera, Alabama State. Abraham DeLeon, Texas Southern. Hunter Vietz from FAMU. Lorenzo Peterson from Grambling. Phil Bryan from Grambling. Xavier Meacham from A&T. And Kuwan Brazil from Alabama State. Or that Albany State, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that would probably be Albany State's not on here, so I think
that'll be Alcorn. That'll be Alcorn.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot of representation. There's a lot of SWAC folks up in here. So I'm gonna just let everybody know it was a good. If you watched the game last night, it was a good representation of the game. Good pitching. Oh my God, I'm gonna tell you. Me and Zoe, we was on the live stream, we were watching it, and those pitchers was hitting a fastball going at least 94, 95 miles per hour. It was one pitcher, he was from Grambling, he was kind of wild with it. He didn't have no control, but I think he kind of settled down afterwards. But Overall, it was good. It was a good game. It was a lot of base stealing. I give you that.
And that's what you like to see that.
It was a lot of base stealing. So
Hopefully, they also had the opportunity to get some looks at that next level.
oh well, just to be real, the um baseball draft is going on right now.
You said what?
The baseball draft is going on right now.
Um,
And the baseball draft has so many damn rounds. It really don't matter.
how many rounds do they have?
Let's just say it's more than football. It's way more than football, basketball. I think baseball and hockey have the most rounds. I think baseball had like almost 80 some rounds, and hockey pretty much the same way. But
Mm-mm.
you know,
20 rounds.
20 rounds. Oh well, 40 it used 40 plus rounds, 20 rounds. But either way it goes, either way it goes, they gonna pick them up. They're gonna pick these kids up. When they pick them up, they'll be able to go to um, uh, developmental ball. So basically, developmental ball would be like single A, double A, triple A, and then if they good enough, they get that call up to the big league. So it has been done before.
It says the speed stood out to the commentary, especially with floors from Alabama State.
Oh,
40 plus rounds. What the
that,
heck?
that man, that kid was blazing on the base path. He stole one. I think one in one instance he stole second, stole third, stole second. Ball went past him. He got to third, and then he basically stole home plate in one sequence.
Mm.
So they just let you know, like these kids are talented. It don't matter if you at an HBCU or not. These kids are talented, especially if we watch when we watch the if you watch FAMU when they played University of Florida in the regionals, and basically, stuck it out with them. And let's give let's give our uncle, let him know that it was Rattler that helped out with the HBCU Swingman Classic. Also, Ken Griffey's son is playing for FAMU as a wide receiver on the football team.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Congratulations to him. They're gonna have an 8-3 season, so sure. Or this next football season, I might have to change it to 7-4. I might have to slide in FAMU up on there. I done made the statement, but I might have to change to 7-4. Add Valley in there. You think you finna go to Itty Mississippi and think you finna get just run through them, get knocked in the mouth?
Oh man, since you said that, let's go ahead and move on to, I know mostly everybody's up here for Valley football roster overhaul. So, if you look on Valley's site and you go to the roster from 22, and then you look at the kids that they brought in just this year, um, it's going to be a totally different team that you see.
You pull up that slide. Pull the slide up.
I got you. So So they said they coming. They taking all comers.
They said it's a new sheriff in town. You know, they hired
That was the first thing that they did right. Hire
Hakeem McClellan.
Hakeem McClellan, and then he goes in and hires Kendrick Wade, who was a great receiver at Valley in his day, in his playing days. Um, um, from Cleveland, Mississippi, Eastside High School. Um, like I said, he was one of the Valley. He was a great receiver at Valley. I wouldn't say in the sense of Jerry Rice, great, but he was a great receiver at Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he made his bones in the high school ranks and in the college ranks also. So I think he also did some coaching time at Kahoma Community College. And excuse me.
Mm. Have you checked out they coaching staff?
Yeah, I checked their coaching staff out. They coaching staff.
Let's go ahead and pull them up real quick, cause you know
You got them on here on the slide.
no, not on the slide. We're gonna pull up the roster, and then you know I did minimal amount of research. You know, this is just something I look put together real quick. So since you want to talk about Valley, it I don't want to be see some of these folks sleeping on
Yeah, they sleeping on
the
Valley.
team. You know, and so that's why I decided I wanted to go through each um, roster and pick out, like, you know, I want to know. There's nothing wrong with doing a little research and figuring out what you up against. That way, you're not gonna be like, fam, you get knocked in the mouth when they go to Itabena, because you just marking it off as, oh, okay, we got that in the bag. We don't got nothing to worry about with that. You know, we already got that in the bag.
So we got, like I said, we got Kendrick Wade,
Mm-hmm.
head coach,
Let's go to Jeremy Patterson.
Jeremy Patterson.
See, because I seen it says he now a lot of these folks that are on the coaching staff, they have ties to Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So he's from the Mississippi Delta as well.
Right.
And he was at Kahoma Community College. So
Mm-hmm.
once again, the he has the same ties to these community colleges as Coach Taylor does.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that JUCO connect right there.
Right.
And he was a coach at a Division II school. He had a career at Lane College. And it says that he served as a head football coach for a semi-pro team in Cleveland, Mississippi. So Cleveland, Mississippi, and all that's like right there around him and Coach Wade. They're all from around that area.
Right.
Let's go to the next coach.
We got Coach Jesse Thompson, associate head coach, defensive coordinator, and he also coaches the DBs. So we got him. He entered his first season as the Delta Devils associate head coach and defensive coordinator. Thompson arrives in Itabena after spending 4 years on staff at Northern Arizona University, where he oversaw the secondary, which is good because Northern Arizona, that's in the Big Sky Conference, you know, they go to the playoffs all the time. They have a good, decent team. So they have a good, decent team that can contend. Let's see what we got. In 2019, under the tutelage of Thompson, Khalil Dorsey earned his second All Big Sky first team honor. Dorsey will go on to sign as an undrafted free agent with the Baltimore Ravens, and now is entering his fourth season in the NFL. During the shortened spring 2021 COVID season, Northern Arizona safety Morgan Vest earned All Big Sky first team honors as he was a unanimous selection following his first season on the field. In the fall of 21, Northern Arizona traveled to Tucson and defeated the University of Arizona for the first time since 1932.
Mm, 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 mm. So that's experience different conferences.
Hmm.
And
And he came from Delta State. He went to we was at Delta State also. So uh,
so that's so Coach Wade is of course building his coaching staff based on uh just his connections that he already knew, of course. I really like this offensive coordinator, offensive line hire.
mhm.
Coach Johnson, it says he hails from Oxford, Mississippi. So once again, he's from Mississippi. There's a lot of like Mississippi ties here.
Mhm.
He played for 4 seasons at Ole Miss, where he started all 12 games at the center position. He finished his college playing career in 2021 at New Mexico State, and he was named to Phil Steele's FBS All Independent Team as the Aggie center. There's a lot of young. These coaches are young. Have you
Yo,
noticed that?
they're young. Uh, it,
I wonder how that's going to affect the coaching style. Having younger coaches, how is that going to affect the coaching style?
because they could get through with the kids.
What
Like if you
happened?
really think they could get through with the kids. Like if you really look at it like this, let's say for example, Jackson State.
Right.
TC is 44 years old,
Mm-hmm.
but TC has has his team can relate to him and he can relate to the kids because he also has kids in that, you know what I'm saying, somewhere
And
in
he still has young Coach Morton, the running backs coach, is the young coach.
right. So it's not like it's a mix of a little bit older generation and still a younger generation. So when you see with Valley, it's also a mix of it's really young, but
Mm.
players can actually, you know what I'm saying, tie themselves into it. Because Coach Johnson, Eli Johnson, is 24 years old. He is pretty much the young. He's like one of the youngest offensive coordinators in college football.
Mm-hmm.
You that don't come. That don't you don't get that job by not putting in the work.
Right.
Um. Then let's go. This is my guy right here. And Blue always talk about him. Wyatt Anderson. Uh,
Yeah. Now that's a big connect for Valley as well.
right. So we got Wyatt Anderson. He comes in his first year at Valley as the running backs coach and run game coordinator. He will also serve as the recruiting coordinator on the staff. Coach Anderson brings a wealth of experience and knowledge to the running backs room. So his coaching started, you know, he came from Southeast Missouri State, SEMO. SEMO has a good
Mm.
strong team. They from the Ohio Valley. They did win the OVC last season, so they were the ones last
Did they beat Tennessee State?
season. They beat the brakes off them boys.
Oh, don't tell me that.
They beat the brakes off them boys. Uh, so so 2022 season, they won 9 games and they had an undefeated conference um, schedule as they won the Ohio Valley Conference Championship. So
Mm-hmm.
they advanced to the FCS playoffs for the third time in 5 years. They posted their fourth 9-win season in program history. The CMO defense finished number one in the OVC in scoring defense, number one in the conference in rushing defense, and number one in the conference in total defense. Before SEMO, Coach Anderson was in charge of the running backs room at Arkansas Tech University. So he oversaw all the managers and the student assistants. So that's a D3 school. Uh, um, he was an integral part of the recruiting process and signing multiple prospects, including one FBS transfers for the Wonder Boys football program. Anderson also served as the social media coordinator for the program. Prior to Arkansas Tech, He was at Black Hills State University in South Dakota. So he was in charge of the wide receivers in 2019 under the direction of head coach John Reyners. So during his time at Black Hills, he played a major role in jump-starting and improving the passing game production in many statistical categories while heavily involved in the passing game plan. With Anderson, Yellow Jackets offense jumped from 74 to 46 in the nation on third down conversion percentage. Passing efficiency improved from 98.2 to 102.43. Yards per completion improved from 9.87 to 10.77, with Anderson leading the wide receiver position group. Your Yellow Jackets had an all-conference wide receiver selection in Kyler Harpham, who with Anderson improved his catches from 42 to 60 catches, 379 to 729 receiving yards, and 1 to 6 touchdowns. So Harper finished sixth in receptions in the Rocky Mountain Athletics Conference while missing 2 games due to injury. So,
Well, I see. Then Coach Wyatt, he also had that NFL fellowship too, right?
right, he had an NFL fellowship. He also was at Florida Atlantic. So he was under Lane Kiffin. So it's not like this man don't know what he doing.
Oh, so he's definitely contributing because once we go over their
But
recruiting, the
let's
change in the recruiting.
let's
Over here,
get this right here.
somebody said, "Why are we talking about MVSU? They lost their gifted coach. We talking about that gifted coach that did. Never mind. We ain't even gonna go there."
Let me get this. Let me finish this nugget about Coach Anderson. As a receiver for Mississippi State, he played with Dak Prescott.
Oh wow.
They were on that team. They were number one in the nation for the first time in school history, and they was number one for five weeks straight. They finished that season 10-3, and they went to a New Year's Six bowl appearance in the Orange Bowl. So he knows what he doing. And then everybody else, like I said, everybody else on here, Amir Gant, he's a young kid, a young cat right there. He coming from Memphis, so he recruits the Memphis area. Paul Holmes with the quarterback coach. So he was at Wofford.
Who was at Wofford?
Paul Holmes. He was at Wofford. He also.
We got a couple players out of Wofford.
Mm-hmm.
We got a linebacker, and then we got a running back, don't we?
Right. And then he went to he graduated from Coastal Carolina, so he's not a slouch. Zane Samuel is also the whole coaching staff is young, y'all. And like I said, it is going to help out with the kids that they have. Also with Coach Anderson, Coach Wyatt, him going to people's houses and selling them a dream and selling them a dream that can turn into reality that you can win at Mississippi Valley with probably with little to nothing, and you can win here. That is the thing that he's selling to the kids. And if I'm a kid and knowing that, first of all, they got their allotted 63 scholarships. So they got full amount of scholarships now. So they can do what they can now.
So do your premise is that can you pull up the slide? Your premise is basically that they had an overhaul, right?
They had a big overhaul. I looked at a uh interview. I think it was a conversation that they had with Delta News. out of Greenville, Mississippi, and Coach Anderson put in there because he's a recruiting coordinator. That they signed during the signing period, all signing periods, 62 players.
Mm. Can you pull up that thing? It must. All right, let's see. You said they signed 62. Well, I need to find the 62. This is on the Heroes website.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I haven't counted 62 players.
Nah, they got 62 because they
Where are y'all getting 62 from?
he,
They must be having them hidden. Look, this is Hero Sports,
but
and
this
they
is
track they track FBS to FCS.
but you also got to realize too they got a
They
lot.
got Rico.
They got a lot of kids from the high school ranks, and
Yeah, I looked that up too. They got a couple 3 stars out of high school. I think three or four 3 stars.
mm-hmm.
And
So
the rest they have to be JUCO. Because I
yeah,
looked for FBS to FCS, and that's all I could find. Which, of course, we got defensive line out of Charlotte, and we got a transfer from there as well.
mm-hmm.
Solomon is from Charlotte. He's a grad transfer. Jaquez Pennyman is a defensive back out of Georgia State. Vaughn Killens is a DB from Hawaii.
Yep,
Wow. Dino Maldonado. Oh, that's the 3-star quarterback, ain't it?
yep, from New Mexico.
From New Mexico State. Jarrett Wilson, running back out of South Alabama. Antoine Barham, a linebacker out of Memphis. I do want to say that I feel like overall, the brand of football that we had last year elevated the SWAC overall with exposure as far as our whole conference. FCS to FCS, I seen once again. This is from Hero Sports. Sam Herder, he tracks these things.
Right.
We got Jordan Bussey from Incarnate Word.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Campbell, linebacker from ETSU, and Aaron Webb, DB from UT Martin.
He's a good kid right there too.
What happened?
I said Aaron Webb. He's a good kid right there.
So as far as the actual where did all the players come from? That's be I guess we
They sound a lot. Like I said, like they sound a
it's
lot.
on their website.
Yeah.
I see the sign you could I can see who they signed. You could pull it up. We got a lot of Mississippi talent. You pull it up. So I feel like in that respect, as we know that Mississippi is one of the states where a lot of football players they come out of Mississippi and they usually go elsewhere. There's a lot of talent. So I feel like the fact that there's a lot of coaches from Mississippi, and then you have coaches that have connections to a lot of the community colleges,
Mm-hmm.
they're able to, I guess, they're able to recruit pretty heavily. You see, you have everybody on the first row is from Mississippi.
Yep.
Woodside, Mississippi. Oh no, this one's from Virginia. So the first one's from Newport, Virginia. The second one is from Corinth, Mississippi. They came from Corinth High School. Defensive back from Ridgeland High School out of Madison, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got East Mississippi Community College, and they came from Greenwood, Mississippi. The third one, he's a transfer, I'm guessing, from Delta State.
Yeah.
So isn't that his previous coach Wade's previous coaching gig?
Mm-hmm.
Then we got Clarksville, Mississippi. From he's originally from Coahoma Community College,
Mm-hmm.
and or he originally was playing there, but he's from Clarksville, Mississippi. So you also seeing a lot of young kids deciding to go back home. Basically, if you're in the Mississippi Delta area, then those are areas right next to Valley.
Yep.
We got a couple folks from Texas too.
That Chris Fagan kid, he went to my high school, Cedar Hill. He was a good. When I watched him play a couple of years ago in the state championship game against Katy. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
he can lock down. He just it was that game was totally different. But
Mm-hmm.
but um, getting them to come into you know Jackson Davis from DeSoto High School. He's a hybrid tight end wide receiver, 6'5", 215. Um, got let's see. They need beef up on the line as far on the offensive line, so they did go out there and get offensive linemen. Um, they got
Once again, from like just me looking, it looks like a lot of homegrown. Yazoo County High School, Yazoo City, Mississippi, um,
hmm
East Mississippi Community College, Northwest Mississippi Community College, um, and they're originally from Brandon, Mississippi, Lambert. So, and to that point, Jackson State got a lot of Mississippi talent as well. Offensive line, Memphis. I seen a couple of players from Memphis, Tennessee, including Coach Harris's old school that he was coaching at.
yeah, Whitehaven.
Right. They have some players from there too.
So yeah, you got a lot of kids. Like they Memphis is going to be is a heavy recruiting ground for Valley. Also, of course, you got to get the Delta. And see, the thing about Valley is they got to be in competition to try to get these kids in the Delta because Delta State is right there. Delta
Right.
State is like those.
Well, looking, and then Delta State was doing good
Delta State is a decent.
in D2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it looks like for this particular recruiting period, they're successfully able to get into, like you said, that Mississippi Delta. The University of Hawaii um, player, he's originally from Daytona Beach, Florida. Ain't that where Bethune Cookman is?
Yep. And he went all the way to Hawaii.
You got wait. Valley over there taking players straight from your backyard. Bethune. He said he don't want to go back to Florida. He want to go to Itabena. See, Zamion Kendall is from Memphis, Tennessee. You got Fort Worth, Texas, North Crowley High School.
Yep.
Memphis, Tennessee again. So it
Got a lot of talent. And all you got to do is just try to put that talent together and put everybody and have them jail. Is don't get me wrong, a lot of what they're doing is the same thing what Prime did. Prime did the same thing when he was at Jackson. A lot of everybody doing what right now is doing what needs to be done to have a successful, a productive football team.
so the thing with well, we'll see this. We'll see how doing those, how high turnover rosters, or how we're going to see if implementing it, if it works. Because I remember Coach Maynard got like 15 DBs out the transfer portal, and did any of them work?
Nah, they ain't work.
So it by like you said, there's other factors that have to go on that, they're going to start their season opening up at Central with the Chicago Classic against Central State. That's going to be a big game.
and it's a hot, and now they can go recruit Chicago area, the Chicagoland area. They got it's a hotbed of football players up in that area right there, where they can bring down to Itabena. Um, um,
Somebody said Rodney Luckett returns this year from an ACL injury. He had an NFL grade entering 2022. Zamarian Kendall is a 3-star running back. So it's all about, once again, I my point is that I would even say the same thing with Bethune Cookman as well.
yeah,
Is you can't sleep on folks and you don't want to get caught slipping.
oh, you got to
Because
get me started now. Hold on, now.
what?
You got this schedule up. I'm about to get ready now. The Draco don't got pulled out.
You not finna say nothing outrageous.
I ain't saying nothing outrageous, but they gonna catch somebody.
They
They gonna catch
who they gonna
somebody.
bust in the mouth?
Who they gonna? Okay, so first game, like I said, this is Chicago class. Is the Central State. They're gonna beat them. I don't know how bad they're gonna beat them. They're gonna beat them. Second game of the season, I think they have, if I'm not mistaken, Delta State.
He's gonna play Delta State.
Yep, they're gonna be at
His
Itabena.
old school.
Yep.
Ooh. They sure do. No, yeah. September 16th, they play Delta State.
So they will. If they lose this game, I think it won't be by a lot. Okay, I think it'll be more competitive than what they have done in previous times that they played each other.
Delta State had a lot of players transfer out.
So this is the Delta Classic right here. Third game of the season.
They gotta play Central. Didn't they beat Central?
It beat Central Valley.
Baby, when I tell you, if Valley knocked Central in the mouth, you ain't even gonna be able to keep me
Oh,
quiet. I
oh,
promise you, I'm gonna be just as petty. I'm just gonna be petty.
oh. I told my boy Josh, HBCU Nightly. I told him, I said, Valley gonna get
You
y'all.
over here talking,
Valley get
boy, Valley knock you in the mouth, it's over.
knock you in the mouth. Don't say well. Don't be banging no
I
excuse.
don't even want to hear no excuse. Well, they out talented the MEAC.
What's going on? What's going on? Swagging the food. That's G. um,
What's the next? Now I listen. Right now, I had FAMU at 8-3, but I've been saying even before I did my little spiel about what I thought. I said Valley gonna knock FAMU in the mouth, so I might have to change to 7-4. And if they go 7-4, we only gotta go.
if they go 7-4, yeah. I don't know he gonna go, but he gonna be on that hot seat.
It's a like you can't go from 9-2, 9-2 to 7-4. You're gonna get fired because at this point, the reason why you was there in the first place is to beat. At this point, it's kind of like, all right, Jackson State is a wounded animal. Go in there and get it together. But when you put all your eggs in one basket and you're focused solely on uh, Jackson State, and then you're discounting all the other teams in the SWAC, you set yourself up.
But that's the thing. I'm not
I
taking
think that
nobody.
it'd be a game ain't gonna be no joke.
Right. I'm not taking no school lightly. But the last time FAMU went to Itabena, they had a big ass lead, and Valley came rumbling back. They came rumbling back, but they lost the game in the last minute. How you doing, Mr. Ford?
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, Mr. Mahoney.
So I'm telling you, Valley gonna catch somebody slipping this season.
FAMU. I'm gonna put my bid in right now. FAMU is the one game that I predict that Valley gonna bust them in the mouth.
So you got FAMU, then
What's your pick? You gotta pick. You gotta say a name. You can't be just over here saying.
who they gonna get busting? Who they gonna catch slipping?
Yeah, you gotta say a name. You can't just.
Who gonna catch FAMU slipping? Yes, I said it, Mr. Campbell.
Oh.
I said, Mr. Campbell, they gonna catch FAMU slipping, and if they get lucky the week before that, hell, they might catch Central slipping too.
What about Grambling? Do they play us?
No, they don't. They don't have.
I was about to say they could catch us slipping.
Oh wait, let me look at that because you said what? Let's see. Let me make sure.
I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all just gotta listen to me.
Do they have to play Southern?
Didn't they catch Prairie View slipping last year?
Oh, they play Southern.
Slipping last year too.
Didn't they catch Prairie View slipping last year?
Mm-hmm.
Knocked them. Knocked the Sonic rings out of them. Knocked them right about the SWAC championship.
Right at the SWAC championship game. So they don't play. They play Prairie View. They don't play Texas Southern. They do have the Alabama schools on there. Well, that's
yeah. Let's see. Alabama A&M is on November 18th. Alabama State is November 11th.
That could be a trap game for A&M. That could be one.
And for Alabama State, because Alabama State is going to Valley. Alabama State at Valley.
They will lose to they'll lose to Alcorn. They do catch. They'll lose to Alcorn, but it's going to be close. Yeah, I said it, G. They'll lose to y'all, but it's going to be close.
You know we got to play them too in their house, right?
Oh, they'll lose that game right there. I'm sorry to say that. Look, hometown team. We ain't losing.
We ain't winning by 40 though. Valley be playing hard at home.
No, we ain't winning.
Y'all remember? Does people remember that year when I don't even think Coach Prime wasn't even there. He was recovering in the hospital or something.
It was Coach Flea.
Oh, was it?
Coach Flea was the coach at.
We just gonna be on we're gonna be head is gonna always be on the swivel. But that's going to be one of those games that I predict we're not winning by 40.
I'm just telling y'all.
We're going to beat them, but it ain't going to be by 40.
The way that this team is set up, Coach Wade and his staff is set up, they can win at least 6 games. If they get 5, that's good. If they get 4, that's a little bit of improvement. You know what I'm saying? If they get 4, that's a little bit of improvement. If they get 5, that's good. They get 6, y'all better watch out, because if they get 6 wins in the SWAC this season, it's over. It's over. So now if they get 6 wins, now Jackson State and Alcorn gonna have to compete with recruiting with Valley. And Zoda already said they win in 6 games. Look.
So I want to go ahead and pick them out. I think they're gonna win Central. I definitely think they're gonna win against Delta State.
Mr. Boney, you hoping they win Central now?
What?
We talking about the defending Celebration Bowl champion, right?
No. Central State University.
Oh, Central State. I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, they'll win. That's SIAC. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they'll win that.
Central State University.
Yeah, I thought you meant North Carolina Central.
I want them to hit North Carolina Central.
Yeah, that's going to be an uphill right there, baby.
I understand that, but I could go for days about breaking down that schedule last year and telling you why I think when you look at some of them teams that they was beating, who was going 1-9 and 2-8.
Now, is Central North Carolina Central is coming to Itabena?
No.
Okay.
Classic.
But the last time they came, didn't they get whooped by Valley?
Yep.
I think so.
Valley
yeah.
wasn't even that good, was they?
Yeah.
Valley was 2-9.
That was Benson Dance's team, right?
Yep.
So, Mr. Ford, you saying that they no now?
Nah, listen, that's up here. We talking about North Carolina Central. That's up
No,
here.
what I'm saying is Valley beat them at a time when they were
Oh
not
yeah,
good
yeah,
at
yeah. But
all.
this is a different time and era right here, baby.
Now remember
Man,
this for
the,
Central. Remember Central started out the season with a loss to no with a win against Alcorn in the
Yeah, I remember that. That was on television.
that was on television
Television. Yeah, I remember that. SWAC MEAC
challenge.
challenge. Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
And
I remember that one.
it kind of went downhill from there.
Yeah.
yeah, it says North Carolina Central 16-17. Lord, it says they scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter.
That defense was that defense for Valley under Dancy was they hit hard.
Oh, okay. This was October of 2021.
Right.
The line for that game was North Carolina Central was favored by 9. Lord, I don't even think they probably had Valley money line. They probably didn't even have it. I need to get that footage. I wonder what
Oh, it should be on look under Alex Hines, HBCU. I think he has that game on his channel.
oh, they were second in the MEAC that year.
Yeah, it was the same team that Valley beat. The same team Valley beat in 21 is the same team that won the Celebration Bowl in 22.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yes.
and it's the same team they got now because he started over.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Ford,
Uh-huh.
you're telling me that the same team that won the Celebration Bowl against Jackson State
Yeah.
is the same team that lost to Valley in 2021 when Valley was not that good. And
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. When he came to Durham, when
Trey
what's
Oliver.
coach's name? Yeah. Remember he started over. He played nothing but freshmen and sophomores.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right,
That
so
team might have 2 more good years left in them off of that same recruiting class you talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I won't even
Yeah.
have enough trolling in my body if they lose to Valley.
Well, this game is at the Circle City Classic. It's in Indianapolis, so
Oh, that's gonna be big.
Oh, it's not even. It's not even in. It's not in where North Carolina Central's at. It's not in North Carolina.
No,
That's
that's at
even
Circle City.
better. That's
Yeah,
even
that's right.
better.
That's a big classic.
I was thinking that North Carolina Central might have had an edge because it was at their home. But if it's one of those situations where it's a neutral site, book it.
Listen, I remember in
Valley buys
1984, I think Jerry Rice and them my school caught Grambling up there and put 50 on us up at this. That was the first Circle City Classic.
book it.
Yeah, they beat us down up there, man. That was Jerry Rice's senior year.
You know, Valley's getting into these classics, which I'm fine with you getting in the classic. Just make sure that the stuff that when you're getting into these classics, you're getting a good deal, which I'm sure that the AD Hakeem McClellan, he worked underneath AD Ashley Robinson.
Yep.
So I'm sure that they're making sure that it's fair.
So they'll catch FAMU slipping. I think that's the team that they're gonna catch.
FAMU, I think for sure. So I got them beating Central State. I got them beating Delta State. I got them beating FAMU. And you said 6 wins, so
let's just say
you
like
got 3 more wins.
so they play Pine Bluff. I think that's an easy win right there. They got Bethune-Cookman. They might be an easy win right there.
Yeah.
I can't really speak on
Alabama. I'm gonna tell you like this: Alabama A&M, when they played them last year, Valley jumped on them in the first quarter from the start and never let up. They literally jumped. They jumped on them from the beginning, and I think Jelani Easton was the quarterback, and Mr. Ford, you already knew how I feel about Jelani Eason because I thought he wasn't an actual quarterback because he was short.
Right.
But he played pretty much. Well, Jelani's like 5'9.5", so it's not like he's a tall dude. But he played a almost perfect game. So when they played A&M last season, they, like I said, they just jumped out on it, and then the defense just, you know what I'm saying, just kind of locked down, and had this. They had this pit bull mentality, like just lock down and let's get it. I don't know about Prairie View, but if they catch them because they're playing them MPV, I don't know, but
Yeah, Prairie View owes them.
yep.
They kept Prairie View out of their SWAC championship game last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Prairie View owes them.
And then
You said Prairie View owes them.
Yeah, they owe them a good old you know what, baby.
Oh yeah.
Why? That's not Valley fault that they didn't come to play.
Yeah,
That
but
they thought they was
listen, you stopped
them.
them from going to back-to-back SWAC championships. So you got to avenge, got to get a revenge on that one.
It wouldn't have been back-to-back though, because it was a brand new coach, right?
Oh, okay. I thought didn't the year before, didn't they go to the SWAC championship in Jackson?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they should have went back again last year.
Yeah.
With Dooley.
Yeah, that's right. And
So Dooley,
what's his name? Bubba McDowell should have went last year.
Dooley got a second chance and got his butt whooped again. I know.
Yeah, he did. Listen, I don't know if y'all heard. I know you would love it, Mr. Simone. Y'all got to go back and listen to Carlos Brown's show today. It was really good. He first of all, he talked with the transfer quarterback from UAB, which was really good. But the thing you would like, Mr. Mona, he did dollars and cents with Dr. Cavill, and it was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all got. Did you see it, Doc? Did you see the Carlos Brown show today?
Most of the day today, so.
You said Carlos Brown.
Yeah, make sure you got the segment you're gonna like, Mr. Mona, is the segment with Dr. Cavill. It was basically dollars and cents in the SWAC, and he was giving all the stats. I mean, every stat was awesome.
Oh yeah, I definitely need to
whole thing. So shout out to him. Dr. Cavill.
Dr. Cavill is awesome.
So is that on the inside the HBC Sports Lab or you know?
No, this was
if it's the Carlos Brown show.
Just the Carlos Brown show. Just put in Carlos Brown show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was really good today.
Yeah, Ronald, send me that on my messenger, so I'm gonna check it out. So,
yeah, you're gonna Doc. It was real good. It was really good. I'm gonna tell you right now that I don't want to say that boy, but the kid he got from UAB. Now they showed the film. Carlos showed the films of him today. He got the big arm. He got the rocket arm. The mentality is championship. They interviewed him today, but they were saying today, Southern's quarterback room is kind of stacked. It's a lot of folks in there.
So
yeah.
So it's stacked.
Yeah, it's stacked. It's a lot of. They got about. What you think, Doc? About 8 quarterbacks? What they got?
Probably
8.
Yeah, they got about 8 quarterbacks, maybe more than that.
Mr. Green needs to come in here right now and tell us why do they got a whole deep.
And the other thing I got from his show today,
a whole defensive line of quarterbacks to line up.
Well, the Southern people were so upset about that Bubba McDowell. Give me the name, Doc. Bubba McDaniels.
McDaniel.
Okay, that's why they went and got the guy from the Mississippi Valley legend. What's his name? Willie Totten. He was forced to hire him. Yeah, they listen. The Southern people were very upset about that whole Bubba McDowell episode last year. I got that today.
So the folks in Southern told Dooley
he had to go and get what's that guy's name? Yeah, he had to go get Totten.
Wow.
Yeah, because they were very upset about that whole thing. I mean, I was upset about it myself, but that's why they hired Willie Totten.
That was wrong. But since you, Mr. Ford, since you said something about Prairie View got to get their get back against.
Yeah, they got to get their get back, man.
So
They
now,
got to get their get back.
we got Andrew Body and Trayvon Conley. They said they going on the revenge tour, y'all. They said they going on the revenge tour.
So we got some quarterbacks that's calling folks out.
They both friends, okay. So they both friends. They both hang out with each other. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my guy Trayvon Conley. He was on the show on Wednesday.
Go ahead and pull him up. We don't let him just talk. Yeah.
He already said.
What did he say?
He said they got some things to go back to. He did. It was a quote, and everybody retweeted this on Twitter. He said, "Valley." If y'all didn't read that retweet, he said Valley plays hard every snap.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't let up.
Yeah.
They pretty much don't they pretty much don't get tired like Kevin Gates. So
we're gonna have to do a quarterback show where we break down all the different quarterbacks. So, because I think it's interesting. So it looks like did Trayvon, it says he was 102 completions out of 208. He had 6 interceptions, 1,462 yards, 11 touchdowns.
That means they got to increase their passing.
He had 13 rushing
They got to increase their passing. You said how many yards did he throw for?
1,462.
That's too low in the SWAC. The SWAC is a pass-happy conference. You should have at least 2,000 to 2,500.
But he did
the SWAC is a pass-happy conference.
He had 13 rushing touchdowns, Mr.
But he also
second. He was like, and his longest rushing was 71 yards.
Yeah.
What's the name? Prairie View's got to be more efficient with their passing game. They got to throw more.
Said that too. He also said that they're looking into actually throwing the ball a little bit more this season.
Yeah, they got to. You cannot call yourself outstanding in this conference. You only threw for what you said, 1,400 yards or 1,500.
1,400.
No, not in the SWAC now.
He also has
he's been playing a while.
He played for Dooley.
Mm-hmm.
He played for Dooley.
So he had a 74% completion percentage.
That's good, but we got to get more yardage and you got to have more pass attempts.
I'm talking about in 2018. Then in 2019, he had 59. 2020, 2021, that's like COVID year, 53. 2021 was bad. It's like 30%.
Well, he went 2021 in the fall because
that was the COVID season, right?
No, the fall year he was playing behind Juwan Pass.
Oh, okay, and then 2022,
that's right. He's behind Juwan Pass.
59%.
So if you look at 2018 and 2019, he was playing behind Jalen Morton.
So
he was a dog. Jalen Morton was a dog.
So Trayvon, he's a dual threat quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
But of course, if you're a quarterback, the passing is the most important. So as long as he increases and works on that efficiency, much like Andrew Body, they both are dual threat quarterbacks that are not scared to take off.
Yeah, Trayvon, when he was in high school, he played. He was playing behind a dude named Jalen Nelson, who was a big kid when he played at Duncanville. But they also had him switch to receiver to help out on the receiving end because give him a target.
They had who switch?
Trayvon played receiver in high school.
So you calling him a game manager?
I wouldn't call him a game manager. I just call him. But he said he wants to open it up. He wants to open up the offense more. And
yeah, they need to. They need to.
He wants to pass more than what he did last season.
Oh,
This
that would add something to their game too.
adds something to the game.
It would
So
add something to that game.
it won't make Prairie View one dimensional, and
Right.
you won't see teams stacking the damn box all the time.
Right. That's right. Because once they listen, you can't block 8. I don't care how good you are. When they put 8 in the box, you better play action or something because you ain't running it.
And then if you look at the first game, remember they played against each other, y'all. They played Prairie View and Texas Southern. Conley and Body played against each other. Conley had a terrible game passing. Like he ran for over 100 yards. They still won the game by over 20 points.
You know what I'm saying this again, Doc. That game should be in NRG, man. They need to go big, man. Get out that darn soccer field.
Well, it used to be at the.
That's what I'm saying. It needs to be in NRG. That game needs to be in NRG. If Bethune-Cookman and Southern can play in Jacksonville, then they need to be in Houston at NRG.
Let's look at Andrew Body.
So, all right. So Andrew Body. He threw for 1,800 yards, 1,815, 13 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions. Well, of course, we got to look. He's also a running quarterback. So let's look at his overall rushing touchdowns. So I can see. You know how many rushing touchdowns he had?
How many?
He had 4.
No, that's on the ESPN. They not really gonna tell you the whole thing on there.
They're not updating. Well, Texas Southern ain't updating it either. Look, this is what happened when I tried to go to Texas Southern website.
I got it.
And he wasn't Andrew Body injured?
Yeah,
he got injured during the last game of the season.
Yeah, he did.
So last year you said he threw for 1,300. He threw for 13.
I said 1,800.
1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He also ran the ball. I think he also ran the ball for more like 600 yards.
That's good.
That's what it says. Rushing yards 557, 4 rushing touchdowns, 17 touchdowns total. That's what it says.
The thing about Andrew Body is with Texas Southern, his receivers was young.
Here we go.
But they got some people. Didn't they bring some wide receivers in?
We gonna see. They keep on touting Quay Davis. They keep on saying,
but they brought in some other guys too, didn't they?
Some other guys too. So what I'm
saying, I think they upgraded that wide receiver room.
The receivers were young, and some of those receivers that they had last season was injured too. So he had to do more, and then they had to rely on the running game too. They had to rely on the running game.
I saw them play Grambling last year, and they beat us down. They beat us down in Houston. They really did.
So this is coming from. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is coming from Cut Day. He said that because he was Body and Conley was at the HBCU Elite quarterback camp in Atlanta.
Okay.
Over the past last weekend, he said that he is checking out. He's doing the same thing that Conley talking about doing. They looking at who they lost to. They coming after their head. So now remember, they play each other the first game of the season. Whoever wins that game at the first game of the season is pretty much supposed to be somewhat in the driver's seat for the West. Now, it don't have to be that way. It won't be that way because in the end, with Texas Southern's schedule, their first couple of games, they got a brutal schedule. Their first couple of games, it's not like it's one of those.
This year right now. I'm just telling y'all right now. With everybody in the SWAC, it's put up or shut up.
Well, it's going to be better than last year. I think this year is going to be better than last year.
And I love it. I love it though, man. I love the smack talk. I love it when
It's gonna be put up or shut up this year.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
You
It's
know
gonna
the
be more
fans are
parity. Gonna be more parity.
mm-hmm.
I just love the we about they I just love the I'm about to go after your head. I'm about to go like literally.
Well, the thing now is, can they change the scenario of the SWAC the last 2 years? The scenario of the SWAC is whoever wins that game in Miami, the Orange Blossom Classic, wins the SWAC.
True.
Now, the thing is, can they change that?
Can who change it?
Anybody. That's the scenario of the SWAC. Whoever wins the Orange Blossom Classic wins the SWAC.
Yep.
Well, fam, you not gonna be in the Orange Blossom Classic no more. Jackson State not going neither.
Well, after this year, they got to play in September.
Yeah, fam,
Right.
you gonna get another team player next year.
Well, no,
Fam,
you know
not playing at all next year.
commission, not the kid. The AD is saying no. She wants to discontinue it.
Wow.
Because they what the people in Miami were saying, they wanted to bring FAM and South Carolina State for the next 2 years, and she vetoed it.
So if Jackson State takes that contract, we ain't the way they was pointing it out, we ain't taking nothing for less than me personally, I would think that AD wouldn't be negotiating nothing lower than a take home of $600,000.
Well, according to the people in Miami,
Or
I think
maybe $750,000 because
the run of Jackson State and FAMU is over in Miami. That's over.
If you lose both of those teams, you can say the run is over, but the classic is over. Uh-oh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because see, FAM is saying now that they're not going back.
And you know what they should have done? They should have paid FAMU what they wanted. Like, you can't lowball. Mr. Ford, you know a take home of $375,000 is terrible.
Yeah, but what the commission is saying that she wants more home games at Bragg Stadium.
And then that's why they pointed out you only make $275,000 on those games. From the FAMU delegation, they said that they're not making.
Well, you know, we made fun of it, but from what I'm hearing, the FAMU people are very upset about this whole thing of West Florida and this Lincoln University. They're very mad. I mean, they are very upset about that.
Okay, so what they tell you about Miami?
Well, like I said, what they're saying, this will be the last year FAMU plays in Miami because there's a lady that runs that Miami, the Orange Blossom Classic. She had proposed that FAMU and South Carolina State come for 24 and 25. The AD, I think her name is Miss Tiffany Dawn Sykes.
Yeah.
Nixed that. She said no. She wants more home games. Because like I said, we've been, jiving them about it, but it's really a serious issue with the FAMU alums. They don't like that home schedule this year at all.
We got Zoe on the plate to bring us the facts. What's up,
So,
Zoe?
I just want to tell you, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear. So when it comes to that Blue Blossom Classic, just because the AD is talking doesn't mean she's being forthright and everything. I'm not going to get into the gist of everything, but just say after that game is over with this year, you're going to hear some news about the next few years about the Blue Blossom Classic.
So the Blue Blossom Classic, Lord.
So just stay tuned. Just stay tuned. Because after the game,
in the words of Coach TC Taylor, stand by.
And while we at it, we talking about them what you call them legless lizards.
Yeah.
All right, man. Look, we just gonna get into it.
Hey, man, I tell you what, we all black people in this space. Y'all do know the first creature that was ever defeated on that's been documented in defeat was a rattler. Y'all know that, right? It was a snake. The first serpent was the first creature created that was defeated, man. It's documented in Genesis, dog. Go look at it. It's a doggone rattler. It was a serpent. So so things just don't end up good for them people down there on the lowest of 7 hills, man.
So now haters gonna hate. Now this is what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna let y'all do this.
Mr. Ford, forgive me for talking about your other school now.
Okay, I hear you.
Mr. Ford is quiet as a church mouse. I need to hear a response, Mr.
He is
Ford.
not gonna do my co-host like this.
Now, Mr. Ford, good people, man. Mr. Ford, good people.
I know, but I want to know, like I understand bringing games back home. I could understand that, but they just got to. And let's just be honest, it's not her fault about the people that were booked this year. That's not her fault.
That was before her. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing. Now, first off, she did lie. I gotta say it. First she lied and said she didn't see the money.
Yeah,
that was a lie. Then the second thing was, the payout. Well, I don't know if everybody know this, but both schools got paid $450,000 plus all expenses paid. And the game is treated like a bowl game. So she can't sit there and say
so they're lying about getting the hotels.
Hold on. Let me rephrase it, because I don't want to be in the public place saying the LIE word. It's a mistruth. Misspoke. Let me say that. So yeah, because both schools got $450,000 plus all expenses paid. Hold on. Let me say this to Mom. FAMU is the only constant in this classic. Do you really think FAMU is not going to get taken care of in this classic and another school is? Really? I mean, let's just keep it a book. Do you really think FAMU is not going to get taken care of in this classic and another school is?
It really bears your name. It's Orange Blossom Classic. So
the person who put out that the letter that said you was gonna take home $375,000 and you only make $275,000. When you say they get $450,000 and all expenses paid, the email that was put out, it says transportation. It doesn't say food and it doesn't say hotel.
Well, here's what I said to the letter. Or who put it out there? People can type up and put out what they want to put out when you try and put a narrative. But one thing about it, I mean, a contract's a contract. And, when have you ever seen in a classic, a neutral site classic, one school getting paid 7% or something and another school getting paid less? Do you really sit here and think that Jack State's going to get paid more in a classic that's been hosted with FAMU in it for decades, that Jack State's going to make more money than FAMU in it? Do you really think that?
I don't know.
Also
So then that means that the person who put out the actual email, are they saying the email fake?
No, the person who but I think the person who said it was the director of the Orange Blossom Classic. She literally went and said that no, it's supposed to be an increase every year. So you're supposed to have an increase from how much you're getting paid for this last contract to when this new contract starts up, you're going to get paid more. Now you'll get paid a little bit less when you become the away team, because remember what year was FAMU the away? Last year or the year before?
Last year.
So we pretty much got a little bit more of a bigger payout than FAMU.
No. The only thing that happens is FAMU, we got more money because we cover more expenses because of what we have to come for travel. Right. The payout is the same. The difference is going to be expenses. We incur more expenses even if we're the home team by virtue of traveling, to Miami from Jackson.
So there we go. There we got it. But
when all I want to know is hotel and food paid for?
Yes, everything is covered. All expenses are covered for both schools.
Mm-hmm.
So then, why on the email do it say we're covered?
I can answer that easily, Timona. When you're trying to put a narrative, that's what. I can't say a whole lot in this public platform. I'm trying to dance around. I'm trying to dance around. When people are putting out a narrative, I'm kind of answering your question already. You kind of get the gist of what I'm saying. When you're putting out a narrative, because I'm dropping crumbs as to why I'm kind of sort of getting out of a classic. Yeah. So when I'm creating a narrative, I'm going to put things out there to fit what I'm saying as a why to get out of something. Well, because I just told you, stay tuned after the game that you're going to hear an announcement about the.
Right. I think a home and home with South Carolina State versus FAMU is a better option.
For who?
Huh?
For who?
For FAMU. They could do home.
Really? Okay, but here's the thing. You think FAMU, how much money do you think FAMU gonna make for homecoming? That's the best attended game. How much money do you think FAMU make for homecoming?
The way they were talking, and I don't know.
Forget they talking. Let's do logistics. How much do their stadium hold? 23,500.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, then. So we're gonna hot side it. Say everybody in that building paid $40 for a ticket. You know that they happening. Get your calculator out and do the math.
23.
And it's a 23,500. That's capacity. No. I'm gonna do them a solid. Put 24,000. They're gonna oversaturate
25. I think that stadium hold 25.
No, the stadium holds. They lost 2,000 when they upgraded the press box. But hold on. But Mr. Ford, I'm gonna do you a solid. Don't put 25 in the thing. I feel generous. 25,000 and make the highest, the most expensive ticket. Put $40. Do the math.
That's $1 million.
That's $1 million, right? Now you know they ain't got no $40 tickets for all 23,000, but that's $1 million, and that's one game. You think they're gonna get that a sold out stadium for South Carolina State?
No.
Okay then. So how many games do you think FAMU is getting 450,000 for a home game? How many games you think they're getting that?
The homecoming game. That's pretty much it.
Thank you. That's a non-conference game. Go look at the non-conference games last year and look see what the attendance was.
That was Albany State and who else?
Go look at the attendance. Don't matter who it is. Go look at the attendance.
No, I'm saying who was the non-conference home teams? Opponents.
And I couldn't tell you. You setting old girl up. I mean, you setting her up for the okie doke. She's gonna have to get some better games, home games. If you can have as many home games as you want, but you're gonna have to do better on schedule.
So the thing is, we'll play 4 to 5 straight games without a home game. That's fine. But the thing is who you playing in that home game, and then how many butts you getting there?
That's
because I'm just saying.
That's the reason why the FAMU people are saying we got to play more home games. We don't want to be playing. We don't want to play. We don't want to pay. What was it? They pretty much don't want. They want to play more home games than they go out. On the road.
I think I did read that one of her reasoning was, of course, that a lot of FAMU alums pay a high amount for whatever type of program they have for tickets.
Yeah, they went up on everything. They went up on tickets, the investment plan, everything. They almost doubled the prices.
They almost doubled the prices.
Yeah.
They better quit listening to folks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't talk about what people should and shouldn't do, but Jack, which I want to say that I received a message, and we're probably going to do a show on it. Coach Simmons, he pointed out that Texas State got buy one get one free season tickets.
Hell no.
No, that's not true.
What?
Oh, Jesus.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. You can get buy one get one season tickets at Texas State for like $200. You can get 4 sets of season tickets or something like that.
No, they have different promotions that have been run, but they don't have a buy one get one free. Because I actually just posted this the other day on Friday because when everybody was talking about Jackson season ticket prices, well, the GA ticket prices for Texas State is $80.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have different packages. Like they have a pick 3 where you pick 3 separate home games for a certain amount. But they don't have a buy one get one free option. That's not even on anywhere listed anywhere. We were actually talking. We were actually talking about this on Friday.
All right. Here we go.
So they don't have $200 tickets for 4 seasons.
No, they have a $200. They have a $200 package as well for the season ticket. They have different promotions, different price points.
Yeah.
But they don't have a buy one get one free though.
So here's the schedule for FAMU, y'all. So of course, Miami, Blue Blossom, September the 3rd. Then they got South Florida, September the 9th down in Tampa. So their first home game is against West Florida, and that is the Ken Riley Youth Day. So I guess they're gonna honor Ken Riley on that day. They also, the Hall of Fame game is against Alabama State, so that's a home game right there.
Okay, they got a home game against Alabama State.
Yeah,
That might be 20,000 for that one. That could be 20,000 because Alabama State will bring a good crowd.
You got Valley in Itabena on September the 30th. They go to Baton Rouge to play Southern, and then they go to Houston to play Texas Southern October the 21st. Homecoming is against Prairie View October the 28th. So that is their third home game right there. And then they got Alabama A&M November the 4th. Their fifth home game is Lincoln University. And that's Military Appreciation and Senior Day. And then, of course, they got the Florida Classic against Bethune-Cookman November the 18th. So they got one. Oh, I'm sorry. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4. So they got 4 home games.
2 of them could be 20,000 plus.
Which ones? The
Alabama State game and the homecoming.
That West Florida game ain't gonna do jack.
No.
Why?
And neither is that Lincoln game. That Lincoln's game is not going to do nothing.
The Lincoln game ain't gonna do jack either.
She ain't booked those though, so we can't hold them against her.
That was already booked before. Remember, this is the person who did the schedule before he left out was Gaucher.
Yeah. Yeah. Now they're saying that South Carolina State reneged on them for this year. They were supposed to have South Carolina State on the schedule this year.
But then they had somebody ask HBCU Game Day, and they said that wasn't true. They was never on the schedule.
For 23?
Yep. No, for 24, they weren't on the schedule.
But they're on the schedule for 24 and 25.
For 23, they was not supposed to be scheduled. They didn't back out.
Yeah, so
I think Mr. Campbell was the one that said it, and then they did an article on it.
Oh, I got it.
Both of the 80s.
We got it. Yeah, we got it from you got it firsthand from her mouth. AD Keisha Campbell from South Carolina State. She said it, but that South Carolina State FAMU going to be on the schedule 24 and 25.
Yeah, they're going. Yeah, they are.
That came out of her mouth. She said that on Wednesday night. And if you don't know, you don't think
So who do you guys blame for scheduling UWF? Because I know there's a lot of people that was caping for Gaucher this past week saying, I wish we would have never got rid of him, blah, blah, blah. But he over here scheduling games like that.
Gaucher was the last AD who had the I want to say the power, but yeah, he didn't have the power to actually schedule the game. But also, if it was me, if you really think about it, Willie had a hand in that too.
How?
Because
coaches don't get to choose.
No, coaches.
Some do. Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yes, Mr. Brown. Some of them do.
Oh, yeah, the majority of them do.
Yeah. They got to call around to fill out a spot. They gonna call some coaches. They're gonna call some schools.
They would have been better off if you are gonna schedule, which I'm gonna still make fun of you. But if you are gonna schedule a D2, then schedule a HBCU D2 that maybe played back in history. Y'all played on evil.
They've always played Albany State. They've always played Fort Valley. They've always played Tuskegee. I was shocked when they didn't get one of them.
That's what they should have done. If you're going to do that, North Carolina Central, they play Winston-Salem State.
That's a rival, old rival.
They keep on saying it's a rivalry. I'm still
Yeah,
going to
that's an old rival.
that it's a D2 school, and why are you
Yeah.
scheduling that if you're the best football country?
Well, you gotta realize too,
program in the
North Carolina
country.
Central was a D2 school before they even jumped up to FCS.
Yeah, all of them were. The MEAC was created out of the CIAA. All of them at one time were D2.
You still don't get a pass for scheduling D2 schools just because they're a rivalry from back in the day. I'm gonna still say something,
But they
right? Are we talking strength of schedule?
But they one of those schools where it's a continuous rivalry since.
Yeah, the oldest rivalry of all is Tuskegee and Alabama State, and Tuskegee's Division II, SIAC.
But
That rivalry goes back to 1890 something.
Tuskegee be beating the brakes off of Alabama State most of the time.
Yeah, that's an old rivalry. That Turkey Day Classic.
I'm telling you,
I'm with renewing. I'm with renewing the classics, but if they don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Now that I've
Well, that one makes money there. That Turkey Day makes money.
That everything in the milk ain't clean. That that might be a fake email because it said, "Hey, it got me thinking." And now that we done got this hint of the Blue Blossom Classic coming up here, we gonna see something shake after September 2nd.
now I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm about to get to this because I did not like this. I did not like how they did this. I did not like what they were trying to do with the trolling. Y'all fail at the trolling. I'm sorry. I had to say something about this. Your failures at trolling is atrocious for FAMU. FAMU just need to stick to saying they are the number one public HBCU in all the land and all this other stuff like that. You can't troll worth of nothing. My friend, my co-host, do not look great in this damn orange and green. Apples and oranges. Limes and oranges.
Ooh.
Who put this peas? What you say? Peas and carrots.
Mr. Campbell probably did it. It's probably Mr. Campbell.
We don't look good at peas and carrots.
Mr. Campbell.
I would never do my friend like that. Don't come around there and bust y'all in the head.
I'm not gonna say too much. I'm buying my time, but I do want to play my response to it. Let me know when you pull up.
I'm about to. Now we're gonna get copyright on this. We can't put the sound.
Ooh, that's not an actual song.
Oh, okay.
Hell to the no. No, hell no. To the no. Hell to the no. To the no. Hell to the no. To the no.
Boy.
Stop playing. Listen, I'm at I couldn't even get it all together. I'm not gonna be petty. I'm gonna let them have their moment. It looks like I already got some good blue blossom classic news. It looks like I'm gonna have the last laugh. So I'm gonna just wait it out.
Look. Hey, that's a real song.
Let's come September 2nd. I'm the one to brag different.
Tomorrow you're gonna have the last laugh in more ways than one.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reclaim my time for right now. I'm reclaiming my time. Y'all wait. Y'all know I'm petty.
Hey, Maxine Waters.
So congratulations to Xavier Smith. Did he get a spot on the roster?
Yeah, I think he is. Well, I mean, it's preseason, so I mean, it's training camp, so he should be able to get a spot on the
So on the 11th is the supplemental draft, which is next Tuesday. I think we should have a show for the supplemental draft to see if Malachi Whiteman is getting a chance. Do they have a show or something with the supplemental draft?
Nah, they don't have no show.
It'll just be like an announcement.
Hey, one of y'all scrubbing something?
Is that you?
Nah, it ain't me. Somebody scrubbing something. It's in the microphone.
I just got my phone. Can we please give thanks to the FAMU alum who created our wonderful Blue Blossom Classic t-shirts? Who is the alum that created it?
Oh, that was Mr. Ford with the scratcher. Mr. Ford, you scratching your head or something?
No, that wasn't me. I heard it, but it wasn't me.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
You have the eternal last laugh from what I saw today. Mr. Walker said that he went to practice and it looks like there's some giants on the field. Oh, they said it's me kicking my leg.
Oh.
Stop kicking. I want, man, how many more weeks we got? 7?
7 more weeks, 49 days, y'all.
Man, that is just around the corner. It's just around the corner.
He was saying the Giants for Jackson State, or who were these Giants? Who were they with?
About the QB.
Mr. Walker call in and let us know. He went to practice today.
For Jackson State?
Yeah, he said Coach B got him looking like some dogs out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Zoe they some dogs. He's trying to keep it under wraps. Trying to keep a secret.
I'm not.
Defensive line is 3 deep.
Here you go.
No, I'm not keeping none the secret. I mean, I told the world like literally a month ago. I'm like, wait till y'all when they see this team in Atlanta, they're gonna be like, I'm just trying to tell y'all, this team to a man, this roster is better than what it was last year. I know it sounds crazy when you think of the names, but when you look at the talent for each position to a man on this roster, and when you see them and the appearance that they have, like our O-line is bigger than what it was last year, from beginning to end.
2nd, 3rd, 4th, 10th, 80th, 1870s. Man. I've been telling them, I'm like, Zoe said it, because I came in, because my son, he's gonna be my only child. He's gonna be a senior next year, and we took his little, he did his little senior photo shoot today. So we ride around town. He like, Dad, let's stop at JSU, and I'm always down for the call. So Mr. Ford, I don't know. Willie, I don't know.
Willie gonna willie it up.
It ain't, from what I saw, it ain't really gonna come down to. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough.
We're gonna win. We don't see it.
But so, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough on the SWAC, because I ain't never seen in my life besides the NFL. And like I said, I hadn't been the last 3 years, but I was a college football referee, man, and I hadn't seen guys that look like how Jackson State is looking now since I was refereeing in the SEC. I hadn't seen it.
I told everybody.
I have not seen it, man.
Big Daddy's defense, like would you
no, but look, Timona, if you remember, I don't know if you heard it. I said literally back in January or February, I told everybody, I said, listen, if you follow Jackson State football from the year 2000 up until today, what I'm about to tell you is not going to resonate with you because you don't have a clue what I'm talking about. I told everybody then that TC being the head coach, he's the perfect marriage of the old JSU that we know and love and the new JSU being with Coach Prime because he was a part of both of it. And I told everybody, Jackson State under TC Taylor is going to resemble so much of a W.C. Gordon-led Jackson State Tiger team that people who know what it is are instantly going to see it and know what it is when they see it in Atlanta. I said that back in February.
I agree.
When I said
You said it on the show.
And when I said that, I said, now when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that TC is going to win like W.C. Gordon because I don't think any coach can win 8 conference titles in 10 years. What I'm saying is the JSU that we know and love, like I'll go ahead and tell you guys this because it's not a secret. The red block is back like permanently with the red, like the traditional JSU that we know and love in the 80s. That's the look that you're going to see. That's the feel that you're going to see. Those red Nikes are back. So that's what I'm trying to tell everybody. Well, we're red Under Armour, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. Those red shoes are back. So what I'm telling you is the look and the feel of W.C. Gordon. And so to answer your question, Timona, yeah, because when Coach Gordon was the coach, Big Daddy was the defensive coordinator when he came back because Big Daddy was in South Carolina State. Then he left and he came back to Jackson State. Big Daddy was the defensive coordinator. Then he took over and became the head coach. But what I'm telling you is this team has the makeup and the look of it. You're going to be thoroughly impressed when you see the team in Atlanta. Jeez. You're gonna be like, I have no clue. And I'm gonna be like, I told y'all. Jeez. And when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's real. TC and the staff have done a phenomenal job. Bear in mind, we're talking about a head coach that came in a month on the job and got the #2 ranked class in the whole entire country. Not HBCU, #2 ranked class in the country. Mm-hmm. So I'm telling you, and we've added to that class since then. We maintained the integrity of the roster. People think there was like some pilgrimage of all these players, like this great exodus, and it wasn't what you think it is. If you look at the players that left and went to Colorado, it's a total of 10 players. And believe it or not, we've had other
and of
schools.
Those 10 players, I'm really not trying to be funny. Of those 10 players, about 3 of them did not necessarily have significant seasons. I'm not
if you look at who's going to be starting, I mean, we can name a few. Like Shador is starting, Travis is starting, Shallow is probably going to start, Tyler is going to start, and Cam is going to start.
So that's what 6 players right there.
Jeremiah Brown
is not starting.
He's not starting.
He's not.
He's going to play. He's going to play.
He's going to
play, but
Mata, and then you forget about Mata too.
No, I didn't forget about Mata because it's not guaranteed that he's going to be the starting kicker. I don't know that yet.
Well, yeah. I forgot about Felix. Yeah.
Tavion left.
But I'm gonna be honest.
Savion not playing
with you, man. I hate this, man. Look, I don't hate to say this, but I'm telling you, SWAC, man.
Y'all getting put on notice.
Man, and Mr. Campbell. Oh yeah, man. Elwood. Oh yeah, man. I can name the list. Reeves and all these guys that love to talk noise, man.
We love talking smack.
And you got people over here talking about some Jackson State ain't gonna win 6 games. Oh, okay, that's all. Okay. When I saw some big grape apes and ogres today, I stood by Philip Webb today, and I literally thought that young man was a monster. You ever seen those on ESPN? You ever seen on I'm gonna put you in the mind of how he built up.
Like the monsters on Space Jam.
Yeah, you remember on ESPN? They used to have this show called The World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
Jackson State, man, I counted, man. Jackson State probably. Look, whoever doing this old stupid betting, talking about Jackson State is not gonna win no more than 6 or 7 games. I'm not in your pocketbooks. I don't. Maybe there's some just some mess off money, but do not expect to win that bet. From what I saw today, I don't think Jack State. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now, man. From what I saw today, because like I said, it put me too much in mind because you talking to a guy that has repped at camps like Alabama, Mississippi State, Tennessee, Middle Tennessee State, University of Memphis, and I saw the same product in the SWAC. Jackson State, I'm gonna be if man, there's no way Jackson State gonna lose a game this year. No.
So
way.
let me say this. The difference is because I see someone in the comments said that everybody looks good in the preseason.
Okay,
that could be.
That could be true.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference. When we talk about how they look, I'm not comparing Jackson State and how they look to other teams in the SWAC. Bear in mind, we're talking about a school that's on a 20-game conference winning streak. So what I'm comparing to what it looks like, it looks exactly mirroring what it was last year. You saw what we did last year. There's not a drop off. This team didn't drop off in talent. There was no dip in talent. This team actually is not a mirror image of last year. It's an upgrade. I'm trying to tell people this roster has not dipped in talent in any shape, form, or fashion. We've actually upgraded in talent. This roster I'm not being a JSU fan when I say this. This is not hyperbole. This is not me being a homer. I'm trying to give people a fair warning. This roster to a man is better than what it was last season. You can think I'm being a homer if you want to. The quarterback room is better. Running back room is deeper. The wide receiver room is a push. Tight end room is significantly better. O-line is significantly better. The D-line was already a monster, but it's been upgraded because there's two other pieces that you know nothing about that's there. Linebacker room is way more deeper. Yes, do we have to replace Aubrey? Yes, we do. But you can replace Aubrey with numbers, and we're going to play a lot of numbers. The back end is the back end. So I'm just trying to tell people, like,
DB room upgraded. DB room is upgraded.
For sure, because what we did at safety, like I told people, Cam he was an all-conference player, first team all SWAC. And I'm telling you, what we're putting out on the field at safety, we have upgraded both safety spots. It's not hyperbole.
And special teams is so good that they can actually start if they wanted to. From what I saw, they can actually start two freshmen at corner, two freshmen at corner, like right now. I'm talking about like today. They can start.
Bruce.
I'm just talking about at corner. I'm talking about at corner, man.
So here's the thing. Doc. Bruce can play corner and start, but Bruce is actually playing safety right now.
Yeah. I can see him being the safety though.
But here's the thing, but he can play corner. He can play both. See, and that's the thing, not to get too much away, but we have a lot of versatility in the DB room to where we actually have about 4 safeties who can actually play corner and then move out and play safety as well. And that was done by design. I'm trying to tell people, like, this roster is loaded. When you see it, when you guys see the product that's on the field, there will be no drop off. I can assure you that.
And then just based off of the strength and conditioning, it's like not only are you able to switch them out, you fresh 4, switch out another 4.
Well, what we're doing is the defense is going to be versatile. So because of what we do offensively, what we will do offensively, it's like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. So we have what we have back on defense. Pretty much everything returns. The only thing you're replacing is the middle, right? So the thing is that we're going to be able to be versatile in our looks, but then also with personnel. So if we play a team that wants to do something in regards to being up tempo, we can play that. But also when it comes down to the depth that we have, because the fact remains, no other school in this conference has the depth that we have and actually has experience. Nobody has the experience depth that we have. People think I'm like just being a homer when I say we're 3 deep on the D line. Well, we were that last year. and we retain that. So yeah, we're going to be 3 deep along the defensive along the line from tackle and rush in spots. But then we have versatility from the outside linebackers who can actually jump out and play safety as well. So that's the thing. This defense is going to be extremely versatile. A lot more versatile than what we were last year and what we're asking them to do. So again, and you're going to see our corners who play outside that can play inside. And like I said, Batman can play corner. You'll see some of our cornerbacks play corner and safety. We have the ability to do so. But again, that speaks to the talent and the depth of this team. And this is actually the first time I've even mentioned this. But that's what I'm trying to tell people. I'm not saying this as a fan. This is just someone who goes to practice every day, reporting, letting you know what it is that we have. Because again, I'm not comparing it to another school. I'm comparing it to what just left off the field in Atlanta in the Celebration Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I have that standard, the new standard, or what we call the new JSU. I'm upholding what we have to that standard, and I'm telling you what we did defensively. And mind you, we did have the number one ranked defense in the whole entire country, not just HBCU ball. And so for anyone who comes in and say, "Oh well, the defense was number one until they got to the bowl game," well, I mean, tell me how many of your teams will fare well losing 6 defensive linemen literally 3 days before the game. It's not an excuse, but that's just a fact. But we recruited to that standard to replace those that left. And again, what you guys are going to see when we unveil in Atlanta, you're in for a treat.
And I'm ready. I'm excited. Look, I always come on here and, people say, "Oh, she's delusional. She's delusional." If it's on paper at the recruiting, and then after paper, we see the progression, we see the unity, we can see, and these are just little sneak peeks and snippets that we're allowed to see and to get a peek of what Jackson State is doing. And every time we get a peek, we see the progression, and it's exciting.
It's going to be an exciting season, though. Mr. Ford.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Did you get a chance to watch the Swingman Classic last night?
I watched I knew it was coming on, but I watched the Braves and I went to bed. I watched the Braves in Tampa Bay and I let it go.
Well, did the Braves lose?
No, the Braves won last night and they just won tonight.
The Braves is hot. Braves is like
they're the hottest team in the major leagues.
I know Zoe. Man, look. Tell them how, if people didn't watch it last night, the game, the aesthetics, everything about that game last night was on point.
Yeah, it was, man. It was a treat to watch, man. The MLB, in my estimation, they really had something with this. They need to build on it and grow it to more, and actually get behind it. The game was attended well. The uniforms tonight, the presentation, and everything I was pleasantly surprised, especially being this is the first year of it. You know what I'm saying? And if this is the floor, I can only imagine what they do, going forward. Plus, it's on us now to just try to get an influx of better talent, to even put a better product in that game. But what I saw last night, man, they only can go up from here.
They will be, I think from what I'm hearing, they will be in Arlington, because that's where I think the All-Star game is going to be in Arlington next year. So they'll do it again next year in Arlington at Globe Life Park. So if they're here, I'm gonna try to attend though, for real. Like it's I want to go out and represent everybody.
And look, I'll not to change subject. I did want to add one last thing. I'm about to jump off, but if you remember in particular, just to kind of prove my point, when I came out in the spaces everywhere last year, and I told everybody, and I said, look, this Jackson State team, I'm speaking of last year, I was like, hey, this is going to be the most well-conditioned team in the conference. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, Mo Sims, when you guys see the product that he's going to put on the field, I was like, it's going to be night and day to what we had the previous year. Right. And I said, we will have the best conditioned team in the conference. And you know what? It revealed itself, because every game You never had players huffing puffing for air. We didn't have any major injury issues when it came to like during the game. And every game that we faced, multiple players when we played went down with injuries and were winded. And we saw that in every game. I'm telling you guys now, the product that Coach Beef is putting out of here, you know what I'm saying, and what he's doing. Mind you, he's coming from Texas Tech, and the assistant strength coach is coming from TCU. They just so happen to play the national championship.
Yeah.
They work hand in hand with each other. Telling you guys now. And and Jackson State, I'll be willing to bet you, we probably have the biggest HBCU strength staff in the country for HBCUs. We have 5 guys on staff on payroll. Then you talk about the GAs and then the students. I'm just telling you now, no other HBCU is doing what we're doing from a strength coach perspective. And I'm telling you now, this team will be the best conditioned team in the SWAC. I said it last year. It was like, oh, you just talking? Well, it proved itself. I'm not being a homer when I say this. When you guys see the work that he's doing, especially when you see the transformation that the freshmen that specifically came and enrolled in January, and we have 5 freshmen on campus in the spring, which is a rarity for an FCS program.
It was Tristan Cyan, Bruce Mitchell.
You had both. You had, I call them the Zay twins. You had both Zay twins, Batman, Tristan Cyan, and I forget my guy, the O-lineman. I keep forgetting his darn name.
Is it the Aquarius?
The Queries.
I thought he was. Oh yeah, he came from Holmes.
Holmes County.
Holmes County.
So, which is and see that right there is a rarity when you talk about FCS kids having 5 freshmen enrolled in January, and so you're talking about, man. I'm telling you, when you see their bodies alone, just those, because Coach Beef got a hold to them, and they've been in there. You're talking about 5 months in this strip program, and we've done things like with the before and after shots of keeping up with the with their progress. Also, we've added some things that haven't been revealed yet to the masses, but we've added some things that I can go on record and say that no other HBCU has right now. But that'll be revealed next month as well. I'm telling you guys, man, and we'll work. This will be the best conditioned team in the SWAC. It's going to be the most imposing team that you'll see in the SWAC. I have no doubt about that at all. The most physically imposing team in the conference. You will see it. And yeah, man, the product that, like I said, when you guys see the product on the field in Atlanta, you're gonna say, man, Zoe just talking. I can't wait to unveil this gift for all the world to see on ABC.
Y'all hear that? Christmas in August. We're gonna be opening up presents every week. The whole football.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, them boys look violent, man.
Hold on now, Trey Vlogs. You talking about JSU could beat the Cowboys? Don't go there. I'm a Cowboys fan.
I mean, well, that's the thing. I mean, right now, it's just talk. I'm telling you, it's just talk. It's gonna be some harsh realities. When I'm out there, I can't even outrun an offensive lineman that's well over 300 pounds. Okay.
Well, the thing about it is, you're gonna be caught off guard. People gonna catch them off guard because of the fact that they think
they've already discounted and written Jackson State off.
That's it.
So to any of us speaking, especially me, I'm number one. Any and everything, any show I have, any film I'm showing, she's delusional. Jackson State done fell off. Prime ain't there no more. So we can yell till our throats don't work no more. But at the end of the day, they get ready to show and tell. What I like most about Jackson State, the football team and the coaches, they don't have to do no talking. we're gonna talk, but the coaches, they're not gonna say nothing. And I like that. And Coach TC Taylor, he's in the media and in the press, he's more so, he's a man that does not necessarily have to do a whole bunch of talking, but you can see the work that he's put in. So all that extra talk and all that disrespect that we was getting, oh, he can't coach, oh, he can't recruit, oh, he can't do this, oh, he can't do that. That's about to all be quieted.
Oh, Timon, let me tell you too, because there's this notion out there that TC is a quiet and timid guy. No, he isn't. No, he isn't.
In the media.
No, he isn't. He's just not a very vocal person when it comes to being behind a microphone. He is not. He doesn't lack confidence. He's not a quiet person. If you know him, he talks a lot actually, and talks a lot of trash. You know what I'm saying? He talks a lot.
You going to play? Going to school? He talk big shit.
So let me tell you, the team, yes, and even this team, they have taken on his personality. Trust me when I tell you. But yeah, this team visually, yes, they will have a quiet confidence, but don't sit here and think because he's not as vocal as Prime was behind the mic that he's a quiet, reserved person. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. He's just not as vocal as Prime is behind a microphone.
Wait for that because we'll just wait and see.
And Mr. Ford, go ahead and tell all your family, you friends that you be around in Atlanta. Tell them, come on to the Blue Blossom Classic to the Mr. Olympia 2023. Tell them to come to the Mr. Olympia contest. I'm trying to drop hints now. Tell them to come to the Mr. Olympia contest in Miami.
Mr. Ford, I got a question for you. Mr. Ford.
Can you hear me?
Who you rolling with it? Yeah, I hear you. Who you roll with this year? You roll with Graham or you roll with Fam?
Both of them.
You roll with both of them?
Grambling first and Fam second.
You sure? Because I think Fam might be a little good trading out a little first right now.
I like Fam's coach better than ours.
I tell you what.
Oh, and so let me ask you something. Do you see Tennessee State getting back on the schedule in 24?
Note that you ain't, I can answer that now. Ain't happening.
So that you won't be playing them in 24?
No, or 25.
Okay. All right.
So, Mr. Ford, who you got in the Blue Blossom Classic?
Jackson.
Good answer.
My man.
Yeah, I got y'all in. Listen, I got you in a blowout here in Atlanta.
Good answer.
For South Carolina State, I feel like that'll be a blowout. But now let me tell you, I don't think y'all gonna blow Fam out. I think you beat them, but I don't think you're gonna blow them out.
It don't matter. But I tell you what, though, Mr. Ford, I will tell you this: hot take, unpopular opinion. The winner of the State Fair Classic will win the West.
I don't know. I'm taking whoever wins that Labor Day Classic in Houston wins the West.
No, hell no.
Hell no. I got to see Grambling. No, there's some things about Grambling I ain't. I got to see Grambling.
Mr. Ford, you got to have some.
No, you
in your team.
No, he didn't pick. You know what? Now, Dooley messed up that quarterback situation down in Baton Rouge, but Hugh Jackson messed up that quarterback situation at Grambling too. Because I still say it should have been that kid from Texas.
But the difference is you can't compare the two because Hugh didn't inherit what Dooley inherited. You got to remember, Dooley inherited a team that was actually picked to win the actual division. Yeah. Hugh didn't pick that up, so you can't. But
he didn't pick that quarterback situation. He didn't handle that right either.
But that's fine. He's allowed to not be perfect. He's a first year coach with a brand new team.
Well, Dooley was first year at Southern.
But again, you're making my point. Dooley had a loaded team. Hugh didn't have that, and also Hugh went through 3 offensive coordinators in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he picked the wrong quarterback.
I'm not saying that he did or he didn't. What I'm saying is,
I'm saying he did. He picked the wrong quarterback.
What I'm saying is, I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is he's allowed to because of what he inherited. Dooley didn't inherit that. So you can't talk as if they're on equal plane because they aren't.
Listen. After the Labor Day, not the Labor Day, the State Farm Classic, he should have known who his quarterback was. Because that should have been his third or fourth game. You should know who your best athlete on campus is or your best quarterback is.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that. But the point that I'm getting at is that even if he knew who his quarterback was, it doesn't change their fate.
Right.
I disagree with that.
It doesn't change their fate.
No, I disagree with that.
On the hot seat if Graham don't win above 500.
Oh, without a doubt. You talking about this year?
Yeah.
Oh, listen. He gonna sit on coals if he don't win this year.
Well, he gonna win this year. Like I said, the winner of the State Farm Classic will win. The State Fair Classic will win the West. I'm picking Prairie View to win the game, but I would not be surprised if Grambling does it. Grambling has a lot of talent.
They do.
And you can't bear in mind that they have an offensive coordinator locked and loaded. He's a good OC. And they're not making any changes there. They got the players on defense. Special teams is solid. If they get good quarterback play, but I can say that about 4 or 5 teams in the SWAC, and they can actually do the same because I can say the same thing about Alabama State. Alabama State, I think, got more talent than what Grambling does. But again, quarterback. If Alabama State gets good quarterback play, they're a dangerous team.
Yeah,
I can say the same thing about Alabama. I can say the same thing about Alabama A&M. Coincidentally, if Alabama A&M gets great quarterback play, they'll be good. Now, the difference is the reason why I give Prairie View the edge because Conley has experience and Conley does not have to throw for 3,000 yards. If Conley could just get consistent and actually complete a little bit better on third down, because if Conley could get around just about 2,000 yards for this season, Prairie View is going to be dangerous. Adding Caleb Johnson and bringing in Juice Jenkins is going to do wonders for them because they had a. So again, if Conley can take a next step up, and he doesn't have to be a world beater because of what they run on offense. If Conley could get around 2,200 yards, because he only had 6 interceptions, he still had I think 12 or 13 touchdowns.
Yeah.
If he could bump the thing up to about 20 touchdowns, keep the interceptions where he had them at, and get about 2,200 yards, Prairie View is going to win that West convincingly.
Also,
with him doing how many rushing touchdowns though? How many rushing touchdowns?
I mean, he could continue wait on the track that he was on. But see, him running and getting a touchdown is not the thing that's going to take them or make them over the edge. It's him getting better as a passer. Because Prairie View is going to run the stuffing out the ball. They still got the running back they had beforehand, and you add a Caleb Johnson to that. Caleb Johnson is splitting carries with somebody else, and you add Juice Jenkins in the slot with that. That's another piece because you're trying to get something else out of Conley. Like again, he doesn't have to throw for 3,500 yards because even if he does, to me, that takes away from their strength, and that's running the ball and playing solid defense.
Right.
If Conley can get around 21 to 2,200 yards and keep his interceptions around 4 or 5 or 6 like he was last year, and get 20 touchdowns, I'm telling you, Prairie View's gonna have a monster year. But again, I'm picking them to win. But I would not be surprised if Grambling does so. Whoever wins that game will win the West.
Well, the thing that will return, like I said, it's the Labor Day Classic. That's the one that will determine it.
Let me tell you why you can't say. Let me tell you why you can't say that. See, Texas Southern has body. He's a great weapon, and we can sit there and say, "Oh, they added some things," but Texas Southern has the worst defense in the conference. You don't know what you're getting defensively from them. So, being that you don't know that, there's no way you can say that they're going to upgrade because they not only did they have the worst defense in the conference, but they even lost their best players on defense last year. You haven't even seen them play as a unit. So, to me, it's ludicrous to say they'll win the West or they have a chance to win the West, banking off solely on offense. Now, granted,
you don't know who Everett Todd is. That's what his specialty is. He puts together defense. You know who Everett Todd is?
Yes, I know who Everett Todd is.
Okay, but that's what I'm banking on. Everett Todd.
Coaching don't replace personnel. I'm gonna say it again. Coaching does not replace personnel. Nick Saban could be the coach over there. Nick Saban got a better name than Everett Todd, don't you think? It don't matter. Coaching does not replace personnel. The Jimmies and Joes win the game, not the name of the coach on the sideline. And again, they had the worst defense in the conference by far. It ain't even close. And it was so bad that Body could overcome it. So so what you could tell me if the defense is the same or worse than last, if it's the same as last year, you still gonna stand by your statement that they're gonna win the West with every tie. So if every tie got the same defense they had last year, they ain't no better. You gonna sit there and say they're gonna win the West? I know you ain't.
I say it like this. I'm gonna put it like this. This is Southern. Me, I don't like I said, the defense, the defense that they play, the formation that they play. I hate it. I don't like it. They need to go to a 4-2-5. Your best on your defense, your best DB is across the street at University of Houston. You lost Raheem Fuller. I think he went graduation, if I'm not mistaken. So you got a lot of players that you lost off that team as far as on the defense go. Now the offense is basically can Andrew Body stay healthy? Also, can those receivers, new and old, gel and make it actually catch the ball for Andrew? That was another thing that Andrew had to do. He had to endure. He had young receivers that did not give him no type of help as far as catching the damn ball. If you look at like the highlights when they played North Texas, they got ran out the damn stadium.
Oh Lord!
In the second half. So if you think about it, Doc.
Now hold on. You said they got ran out the stadium. Tell me how Texas Southern got ran out the stadium, Doc.
So, UNT basically they ran the ball. They was evened out. Them boys went. They put up 600 yards of total offense. The quarterback
600.
600.
So
but guess what?
The defense was.
So we just gonna bring in the coach that he gonna fix that. You're not gonna run for 600. You're gonna run for 400 next year.
The quarterback threw for 300. The team ran for 300. They started out running the ball, and like it was just quick strike.
Did they get some defense? You guys keep on talking about the offense that they bought in.
The defense was terrible.
I'm saying, did they recruit defense? All I ever hear is
defense. They recruited defense. They recruited both on both sides, but they recruited more on defense because they knew that that's what they need. They also recruited on the offensive line because they had to replace all conference offensive lineman and Drake Centers, and a couple of other pieces was leaving out.
I hope they shored up that offensive line to protect Body.
So
if you had a decent quarterback and you wasn't able to build your team around a stable quarterback for the past, this gonna be Body's third year or fourth?
Third year.
This is his third year.
And remember when he came in his freshman year, he wasn't even the starter. Jalen Brown was in front of him. He was the starter because he played in the spring. And then when he got hurt he was inconsistent, and they went to Andrew Body, he transferred out.
Oh wow.
And like I said, you're talking about Andrew Body is the fourth, either the third or fourth leading passer in Texas football history in high school. You're talking about a kid that threw for 14,000 yards. A lot of kids don't even throw for that much in college now. But what they did was
it's put up or shut up, boy. It's put up or shut up.
Shut up. And my whole thing is too, if Texas Southern don't get it done, my boy Craig Hall told me. He already told me. McKinney gonna be right back at Yates High School.
No, McKinney can go down to Grambling and take.
I'm gonna tell you, Tamona, Zoe, Mr. Ford, he gonna be at Yates High School. He gonna be right back in Yellowstone, in Houston. That what my boy said. He already said
That's
it.
crazy. So we got Fred McNair on the hot seat. If he don't go 10-1 this year and win the SWAC, that's what a couple of people from Alcorn said, that he's on the chopping block, or he's gonna have some heat because he didn't renew his contract.
Well, Willie gonna be on the hot seat after Labor Day weekend.
Yep.
I think Willie he's gonna have to exit stage left, because this year he's not running through this. First of all, he's not gonna beat Jackson State, but on top of not beating Jackson State, them other games, they're not laying down like that. So you're gonna lose a couple more on top of Jackson State. You're not running through
Valley book it. Valley gonna be FAMU.
I said that's making them go 7-4.
If you lose it, I'm gonna tell you like this. If you lose to Valley, i.e. FAMU, i.e. I want to say Trey Oliver because he got a national championship. All right. But who else is on the schedule?
So I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Prairie View, you lose to Valley. A&M, if you lose to Valley, all y'all should be fired.
Why should they be fired?
You shouldn't lose to Valley.
The only one that I think that if he loses to Valley will instantly be fired, especially where the placement of that game is Coach Simmons, because he's already going to be on the hot seat for losing to Jackson State again. It's going to be getting a little warm. Then you go down to Itta, Mississippi, and you thinking stuff sweet. And you thinking, okay, let me just go ahead and grab this win out, and then they knock the
You gotta reverse.
That's Mr. Ford.
That's Mr. Ford. Mute Mr.
Ford. And mute Mr. Ford.
Oh my bad.
There you go. Anyway, now as far as Coach McNair, I didn't say that. I would have never have thought that just because he doesn't win outright the SWAC West, that's a tall order to have a coach win, and his quarterback is basically a freshman quarterback. Everybody can't be like Shedeur. So if Tyler Macon is as advertised and he comes in and he does a decent job, but they don't win it all, I say give Coach McNair, if he wants it, another year, because that means you have a solid quarterback, which is something that you need. And as far as what if FAMU loses to Bethune-Cookman? They've been before FAMU beat them. Didn't Bethune been kicking they behind, right?
Bethune beat Florida A&M 9 years in a row. Before last time they lost to him was in 19?
So
has been having FAMU's number for the longest.
No, I'm not gonna put him that, but I do think that Valley is gonna pop him in the mouth in Itabena.
Well, we shall see. 49 days until the season come around, y'all.
Wait, what about Coach Maynard?
Coach Maynard?
He should have been recruiting more 5-stars. What's going on over there?
Better use that damn pink scooter.
You go.
Hey, don't you find it funny that Maynard's talking now? He didn't talk for 2 years. Now he's back talking, crying on.
Listen, all of these coaches is letting they nuts hang. I ain't never heard so much talking from them in my life. They getting
he just got humbled.
It was
That's what I'm saying. He was quiet as a church mouse all last year. He back talking now.
When he here, I be quiet. When he leave, I be talking again. Like, and it's not just him, Zoe. It's not just him making these little jokes and keying and stuff. It's not just him. We done had a couple of coaches violations, and I have them screenshot, video recorded, and downloaded. They will be used as bulletin board material.
Oh, I'm about to say, we're in trouble.
Especially our homecoming.
Oh man, I'm trying to get an interview with him.
Who?
With E-Rob.
So I can still interview you. I want to ask a question. I want to ask, what do you plan on doing this season, offensively, to make sure that you're able to win in your division? I want to know, like, so you trying to be nice to everybody now?
Why ain't trying to be nice to everybody? Shoot, I'm still asking.
Yes, you are. Who's the other person you trying to be nice to? I mean, I'm not being rude. This is just based off of what I see.
I'm gonna ask my question.
He said in his post conference, I hope y'all book us for y'all homecoming this year. Did he not say that?
And guess what happened?
He got booked for the homecoming. Your wish is our command. We did. I didn't make that up. He said that. What you got up for this week, though?
This week, I'm trying to see if I can do some more player interviews. Start doing a breakdown of players to watch this year for the SWAC and the MEAC. So I'm gonna be on my study grind as far as what I'm gonna look at and how to break all this down and stuff like that. And then of course watch some home run derby on Monday night, and then Tuesday watch the All-Star game.
Okay, cool.
And then we'll on Saturday we'll have y'all opinions, and we need to call the SWAC. We need to call the SWAC championship hotline again next Saturday. So Uncle said, get ready to be on the hotline is next weekend.
So yeah, we need that hotline call in. We need him to call in.
Well, I'm still got to try to get Coach Wade on here, man, because I know everybody's on break. They'll be back this week. They'll be back on Monday. They'll be back on Monday, so just look out for the second half of summer workout, and then once August hits, that's when actual practice will start. So these are all just straight workouts, and then when actual practice start, we'll get into more of that, tuning into more about the practice and what we need to see, and see who got a list. I'm waiting on for. I'm trying to figure out, because if I don't go to Birmingham, I'm still
Have
trying.
They started accepting people or sending whether or not you guys got it?
I haven't seen anything yet, so I'm going to
probably. I mean, I would think that they would have sent something by now, because it's July 8th. People would have had to book their actual plane tickets. Mm-hmm. You can't just give it out 2 weeks out. So maybe the portal for media being accepted to SWAC Media Day is closed, because it's already the 8th of July.
And so
can't tell somebody a week before, so maybe.
Right. And then too, like I said, if I don't get a chance to go, or if I don't get any, if they don't say anything about it, then like I'm gonna watch it from my house. I'm gonna watch it from home, and then I'm gonna
Are they gonna be streaming it on HBCU Go, or
No, it'll be ESPN. ESPN has the ESPN 3. ESPN. It's one of the ESPN channels. They will have it on there.
I don't see it on there. I see 2002. I don't see 2023 SWAC Media Day on ESPN. I haven't seen no announcement or nothing. So I see it on here, but I don't see where they said that it was going to be filmed by ESPN.
Well, they usually have it. It might be on ESPN 3 or ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I haven't seen
it's on one of those things. So I know I watched it last year.
You watched it last year because Prime was there.
No, I watched it last year and I watched the year before and I watched the year before that.
And Prime was there all them years.
No, I mean he was there for 20. He was there for 22, and he was there for fall 21. Remember, we didn't have no media day for 20 for the spring. We ain't had no fall season either for 20.
Oh well, we'll see. I guess.
So I mean that
I just looked it up on ESPN, like you said. I looked up the they usually put the programming up there, especially for 3 weeks out. They usually put it up there, to see what's being filmed or whatever. And I didn't see it on there. Nonetheless.
SIAC Media Day is this week.
Who?
The SIAC, their media day.
Yeah, I seen somebody on there say that they didn't get accepted to go.
So it's this weekend. It's this week. They're in a
media. Their media. Well, in the application, it doesn't necessarily have social media, or would it be internet personality? They don't actually have those type of.
I put other being in social media personality and stuff like that, internet. But the MEAC, I think after that would be the MEAC Media Day that following week, and then the SWAC Media Day on the 25th. And I got to get with Coach Walker from Tomorrow Leader Sports Network, and I think I don't know. I'm trying to see if the CIAA Media Day is coming up this week too. So everybody's Media Day is coming up this month anyway. So just be on the lookout from that. If we don't get a chance to go, we're gonna broadcast it from. We're gonna have it here. We're gonna be on here live, and we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons, and then we're gonna talk about what everybody's wearing, because if Coach Hugh Jackson come out with that damn mariachi suit again for Grambling, he getting straight roasted. He going to the gulag.
Who going to the gulag?
Coach Hugh. If Coach Hugh come out with that mariachi suit again, what they wore for Media Day last year.
Oh my goodness. I'm not talking about nobody's fit. Just do a fit check. We're gonna have SWAC Media Day fit check. So anyway, I'm getting ready to get off of here because I gotta get on my flight tomorrow at I think 9, and I have to get up early to get to the airport.
Yep, I think I'm going to church tomorrow, and before I go to work, and then after that, we'll be back on this thing Monday, y'all. Monday evening. So be prepared for that. Monday we'll.
Oh, I got my I got Southerns done. They little stew, and I'm working on Grambling. That's it.
All right. So
I should be coming out with that next week. And one podcast about something totally unrelated, like history. Thank you once again for coming on my show the other night.
Oh no, anytime. That was a good conversation y'all we had on.
Yeah.
Was that
so thank you so much for coming on there.
Was that Thursday? You did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is for you. Got anything coming up? I don't know if you still on here.
Mr. Ford probably sleep.
All right, this is for it.
Oh my goodness.
Let it line
Yeah.
out. So I tried to do the thumbnail. I did the thumbnail. I thought it was good.
Oh no, you did do a good job on it.
You know what I'm saying? We in the smoke. So we bringing the
So
smoke.
you want the smoke. I don't want no smoke right now. I'm smoke free right now. I'm really, you know what? I'm really gonna tone down my pettiness until
football season.
Football season, because I want you to feel me. If I'm just gonna keep on being petty here and being too loud right now, by the time football season roll around, it's not gonna have the effect that I needed.
So when football season starts, Saturday nights, Saturday Night Live it will be more of a post game show.
Okay, we'll be doing post game shows.
Mm-hmm. It will be a post game show on Saturday night, and that way that especially when we have one whole segment just straight up JSU.
Well, you know, during football season, we might have to do 2 shows a week because we're gonna need a show in the middle of the week where we bring on an opposing podcast.
Ooh, yeah, we gotta do that.
You know, we gotta bring them on the show so we can go over each other's teams.
So
do our predictions, place our bets.
So the first person we gonna bring on for the SWAC Be Challenge.
Oh, we gotta bring Kobe on.
Gotta bring on Kobe. And I'll let him know. We bring on Kobe because he rep for South Carolina State, even though he does.
Who's coming on for FAMU?
Who? For FAMU? I'm gonna get my boy Bridges. I'm gonna try to get my boy Bridges if we can get him on there. Now that will be a case like you have to if he was still here, if Kofi was still here,
yeah,
that would be
one person.
Rest in peace, Kofi. Somebody ONG Strike Zone.
Okay.
So that would be for FAMU. Now we got
who's coming for Southern?
I got to get my boy J Max.
All right.
Got to try to get my boy J Max. He been quiet. He can be kind of quiet. And for Texas State, I don't know who's there for Texas State. We got Alabama State would be the wild card, Khalil Stewart.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was on in their comments on a show a couple weeks ago.
Let's see. You got Alabama A&M from the Hill 1875. That podcast right there with my homegirl Jennifer Murray and the rest of the crew with them. You got Texas Southern really don't have a now it's Darian Gray locked on HBCU.
Oh, okay. They represent Texas Southern.
But he's a Texas Southern alum.
Okay.
Valley. Woo! Who to get for Valley?
Valley got some folks over here. They be in the chat.
Yeah, but they ain't got no. But they don't have.
They got MVSU fanatics.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't have nobody that actually does a podcast for them.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to get people, other podcasters that's in the.
There might have to be their breakout time to be, because they follow. They would be knowing what's what. They're
okay, so it get MVSU fanatics. Yep. So we'll get them. Alcorn, we already know, is G.
Who?
G. He was on the show when we did went for the Soul Bowl last season.
Woo!
That's when we made the bet.
It's gonna be some soul singing and flower bringing. Everybody wear all black.
So we I think we covered Bethune-Cookman. I don't know who got Bethune-Cookman.
That's a good one.
I really don't know who got.
Oh, Mary's Children. I don't know if they got a podcast yet. I don't know. That I know that they do got some. They got Mary's Children.
So I'm gonna put it out there for everybody. Anybody that watch this, I'm looking at the camera.
Oh,
If you are an aspiring YouTube creator, a podcaster, start putting out content about your university ASAP.
right now.
Right now.
Right before the season.
That way we can all get people to jump on your stuff, get your subscribers up, get monetized, and we can.
They done reduced it to 500 subscribers now to get monetized.
Really?
Yeah. It used to be 1,000. It's only 500 now.
It gotta be. Come on now.
No, but seriously,
waited.
we're gonna have to navigate and get these contracts signed for these pre-game shows and post-game shows. We got to get it all in line.
All right.
And that way we can get our advertisers and stuff for our shows.
So yeah, we can do all that. So I can try to get with the podcasters. I know you can do the actual financial, like the contracts.
It's not necessarily a contract, but I mean is basically we locking in the dates.
Right.
So that they'll know, we'll know, everybody will know like the dates, just so somebody else doesn't already lock them in. Right. We'll talk about it later. But great show tonight. And yeah. We'll see y'all next Saturday on Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you would like to make a donation, you can do that as well to both channels. And Thee I love. Peace.
We got bills to pay, y'all. All right, y'all. As always, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe and y'all stay dangerous. We out this thing till next Saturday night. Peace out.